Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sin Providence Episode 30. As always,
Ladies' night.
It is. Hey, ladies' night.
Mathis can be a
That's
honorary
me.
lady.
I'm an honorary lady. Welcome back to the show, Episode 30. As always, I'm your storyteller, Mike Martin, joined today by three wonderful players, Dot, Tracy, and Maggie. It's ladies. I don't think we've had a ladies.
No, for this season we haven't. This will be our first all ladies episode.
That's
Not
true.
for Sin Providence, no.
No.
And those always turn out great for us.
I was about to literally say the last ladies' night in SOS always meant shit was gonna
trouble,
hit the fan.
explosion. Somebody's gonna die.
So yeah, there was some. I think that's where like the whole Chicago is constantly plagued by weird gas explosions would come from.
Yes, correct.
Like,
yeah,
because you always were blowing.
We're the
up
reason the FBI
house.
are in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, hopefully we'll see because it's not Dakota is not Janet. So
no, she is not.
It's a different show. Yeah, well, welcome back to the show. Obviously, last episode, which was a couple of weeks ago at this point, we kind of ended off the episode with a couple of characters going off to head toward a meeting and stuff. We're gonna rewind time ever so briefly when we start to play. There's about a 48-hour period before that meeting takes place that we're going to kind of examine here because there's going to be that point where Janet and David have to head off to go meet with Fiorenza and her rep, which is going to be when the next episode, I think, when Bub is
Flashback.
back. Yeah. So we'll get to that, but we'll do like a little bit of a flashback here with a couple of days in between with these characters, is stuff that Elspeth needs to get filled in on and so on. But before we just jump into the show, as always, the usual. If you guys are enjoying the show, sharing the show with people, dropping reviews wherever you're listening, thumbs up, whatever it is, all goes a long way to supporting the show. Joining our Discord, which is another fun way to do it, is a totally free thing you can go do. There's a huge community there where you can just talk about all the things we've done, or Vampire in general, or gaming nights, or whatever. There's a ton of stuff you can go do there. And if you want to go above and beyond, either subscribing here on Twitch or heading over to patreon.com/podbynight, where you can jump into the Patreon, get some after shows, both video and audio version, depending on your tier, and just goes towards supporting all the stuff that Pod by Night puts out as time goes on, which more stuff is still in the works on the back end. It is difficult to wrangle a large amount of people for to get, especially when a lot of them are constantly traveling. But all that goes to supporting that stuff, and there's more stuff to come from Pod by Night in the near future.
Yep.
Other than that's about it, right? That's all I need to cover.
Yeah, I was trying to think if there was anything else. Oh, there are. I think we decided as a group that due to capacity and being able to keep up with what we have, we are putting a pretty much solid postponement on the Alien release of the podcast. That being said, I still want to encourage you to go watch it because Tracy's a part of it. I GM it. Bub's in it, and it's over on Unmade Gaming's channel. It's completely available on both their YouTube. I don't know about Twitch, but definitely on the YouTube for free. And if you want to support another vampire group, my alien show for Vancouver by night called Chromatin just dropped. So you can go check that out as well and support them. I think right now it's on their Twitch, but it's coming to their YouTube if it hasn't already. And if you already support them on their paid platforms, then you should have access to it. But the first 2 episodes are out. And it's a lot of fun, especially if you like aliens.
I dropped the YouTube channel for Unmanned Gaming in the chat, so if people want to go check it out.
Thanks, gang.
Please
Yeah, you
do.
can go watch it right now. It's kind of my love letter to the alien universe, and there are many seasons. So yeah, you can go check that out. We just decided that we'd rather have the core podcast back before we worry about another one. So right now, we are focused on getting
that
getting Cracked Crown back to you guys. And so there's been a lot of questions about it, and I think people were really excited, and so were we. But the reality is, to be able to continue to give y'all what you deserve, we want to fulfill the foundational stuff before we expand outwards. So you can just go watch it.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite rule systems too. I love the alien rule system.
So brilliant. It's so brilliant.
It is so good.
And anything that I GM publicly for Alien is all part of one story and universe. So if you watch it, it's all, you can see where the timelines criss and cross.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm trying to remember the last time I played Alien. I think I was like...
Was that when we were in the UK?
Yeah, and I played like a deaf person, which was really fun because It was all sign language,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
right.
kind of fun
Yeah.
a character to play because you never actually say words, but you
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah.
motioning people.
that was a crazy
Like
game.
imagine being in that situation and not being able to like communicate with people. Crazy.
I don't know. You'd probably be the final
We all
girl.
die.
Let's be real. Like I was about to say, you're the
Yeah.
only person that survives because you're.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think we all like everybody
I think
died.
I ended up. Yeah. Well, everybody. Yeah, it was a rough time. But that's actually out there too. You can go find that on the Roll For It channel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
yeah.
which we should probably also remind people.
Yep.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
the last, I know it's been a little over a year, but SOS's final episode was lost to the Twitch void, as episodes tend to be. We created, shout outs to Dot for really putting it together for the most part. The last episode as like an audio drama. It's over an hour long. That we've gone over die, recalling notes, and like really kind of piecing that together to get like the best full picture we could. It's over on the Roll For It YouTube. Now you can go listen
So is
to
the
it.
postmortem too. So you can watch the like 3-hour postmortem. We went season by season of SOS and talked about each season, including. I think we actually started with
Just around the corner.
Just Around the Corner. Yeah, we didn't even.
We did.
Yeah,
We
we
talked
started at
about
the
it.
literal beginning.
Yeah. That I will always. There's such a special place in my heart for Just Around the Corner. Just
Yeah,
Around the Corner
Twitch is
was,
just, it's a special. We have a new system in
good.
place, if it means anything, y'all, for hopefully, like, if it ever
Yeah.
happens again for recovery. We won't know if it works until we have to, and hopefully we'll never have to use it. But we're trying some new processes.
Which actually I should mention. Then it's easiest to mention here. There were 2 episodes lost to the void recently for this show. 27 and 8. I think were the 2.
Or 6 and 7,
6 and 7. I think we have 8
Yep.
and 28 and 29.
But we did, in that next episode, you did a really nice, solid recap of the story. So, like, there's a solid recap of us visiting the Witch of the Yards and what happened. So, we wanted to make sure y'all were informed in case it was officially lost.
So when the new episode goes live, just like Dot said at the very beginning, we gave a full recap because we knew at that point we had lost the episodes. We were still trying a couple last ditch things to make it work and just didn't pull through. It just Twitches. I hate their weird timer for like
their 2-week timer's rough, and because now that they put, so we used to highlight it all, and now that they put
cap on
like a
that,
cap
too.
on how many highlights you can have, we don't get that backup highlight. So we have literally at the end of the after show, we're all like, who's getting the video? So now it's like a right after the after show, after it's processed. So we're gonna be better about it, everybody. We're gonna do our best.
Twitch is a nightmare sometimes with just their restrictions, but oh well, it is what it is. It's done. We'll get the, like I said,
think
They're
this is
they're
a-
restricting it even more now.
I think it's
What
just
are
a
they
happy
doing now?
reminder to remind everybody we are technically a live show, and YouTube is like the bonus. So if we lack it there, like, I know that sucks for
try.
all of you that can't watch us live, but we are trying to hold ourselves more accountable in regards to that.
What is Twitch changing now, Maggie?
You basically, if you want your old videos on Twitch, you need to grab them now. And then also there's like they're making you put them into like their highlight system, right? And then
You have to
I think-
highlight it to keep it. Now there's a limit on how many, like,
Yep. There's a
Yep.
limit on how many you can keep now. So
Yep.
you have to like go back and take all your history and grab them if you want them.
Well, that was the big issue.
That was a
in
while
how
ago,
we
though.
lost the SO. That's how we lost the SOS finale. Is they put that into place and we didn't realize it, and so we had clipped the highlight, but it didn't keep highlight because there wasn't enough space after their change for us to keep it, and so it's a disaster out there. So
Crazy.
we're up in here holding each other accountable. We're gonna make it
we'll
happen.
get it.
I
Everybody.
like how Michael's like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, I was like, I thought there was another one. I'm like, no more changes,
No, it's
please.
it's the same thing. I
Yeah.
think they extended the time though, but for people so people could grab it, or maybe it's over now.
It's still 2 weeks.
No, that there's 2 folds to it. They're going
To get
yeah.
your past videos. You
Your
mean.
past
yeah.
videos, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Josh and
right.
I went through and did a giant archive. And basically what we decided is, since Twitch is just a landing pad right now, we kept episodes of kind of the beginnings of a lot of stuff. So you'll see some of Fallout. You'll see the first 14 episodes of this show and a couple of the ends of SOS. So we just kept like the highlights. So if people find it, they know they can go back to YouTube and get the stuff. But you're never going to
That's
get a
so-
whole season anymore on Twitch, y'all. So you best get on that YouTube train.
Like, just, I don't know, maybe cut some
Crazy.
of the fucking Amazon's CEO's profits and invest.
I don't know,
in some
an extra
storage
server
space.
or
I
two
don't
maybe
know.
for us.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, how about you wipe away the data centers for AI and give us some fucking storage?
Yep.
All right.
I mean, they could do some really cool stuff with the Twitch platform because they already have the streaming element of it. If they could, monetize on the like YouTube, like the video like side of it, and make like evergreen content more accessible, I think that would have been like a really cool way for them to continue in a different, like totally different way, but continue the live aspect of their service, and then the just making content off the other stuff with short. Like they have a shorts version, right? They have
Yes.
they have video
The
things.
clips.
If they just fixed the UI for that and made it more like
And that actually is
for
a good
you
point,
finding,
Maggie.
right? They could have done a lot of cool stuff.
Even
I have
with the
lots of
lost-
ideas marketing Amazon. If
Hey,
you want to reach
Twitch,
out,
hire us.
I'll help you out.
The last episode 26 or 27, we had one clip from that, which you can still go watch. The clips are here on Twitch, but I think that's a happy reminder, y'all. Clips are actually super important. Please clip the show. Even during the finale of SOS, which I know was like all of us were eyes glued to the screen or crying, but we only ended up with like 2 or 3 clips of it, because originally I had planned to put like a clip reel together, but there weren't enough clips. So we need y'all's help in clipping your favorite moments of this show, so that if something's lost, we at least have the best moments of it.
Dude, I'm real for it. I use the clips all the time for social.
Clips
like
are
it's
so
super
important.
helpful.
It's so helpful, and y'all have no idea how much it means to us when you clip something, because it really does help with the archive. Like Maggie's saying, it is the algorithmic search engine of Twitch. So, please.
There's a hot
us.
moment where Twitch was like going in on the video side for a moment, and YouTube was pushing streaming for a hot second too. And then they gave it like 6 months. They're like, meh. They're like,
and it's because their UI is a hot mess. Like they just needed some little UI love, you know.
Y'all, I'm going great.
User experience.
Look at this superhero
Girls,
streak right here. That's
don't
all natural.
I have so many gray hairs all over
When
my
I
head.
started streaming with these people, I was at the peak of and now I got wrinkles, and I got this white strip coming through. We're old, y'all.
I got like you can kind of see, like I just got silver.
I look like
you
highlights.
All peppery.
All through my hair now at this point.
Oh, I plan when this comes in nice and strong. We're gonna do the
rogue
for sure. Oh, we're gonna do the rogue strip.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like fucking 40 in a few weeks. It's like a nightmare. All right.
40 gang.
Hey, I took my friend to
There we
Vegas
go.
for her 40th, so you need to go to Vegas, Mathis. FYI, I don't care what anybody says. Vegas is awesome. I just got back and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Vegas.
Also, I've been to Vegas like now as an adult in a different way. Like when I was younger, I've been to Vegas too. But like as an adult, going to Vegas and being like, I'm not drinking at all or gambling. There's actually a lot to
There's
do
a lot to
in
do,
Vegas.
because I'm not a big drinker anymore, not since 2020, and I did not have the disposable income to be gambling this time around. So I didn't do either of those, and I still had such a blast. Oh my God, I had a good time.
I'm glad. Let's have a good time playing Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah, let's go to Boston,
All right.
shall we?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
without further ado, let's go ahead and set the scene, rein things in, and see what our coterie has been up to. And while our scene,
I was about to say, do we need a recap, or are we going to just fill Elspeth in character? Or like,
I mean, let's just do a little recap, I guess. We should probably do like a brief recap of what happened last time. Go ahead, Maggie. You had the notes. What had happened last time? You're muted, Maggie.
I hit unmute and then I must have double clicked or something. So David went and met with April Bosley and gave her the down low. So mentioned that he's sireless, that he thinks he's something new. She took that pretty chill, actually. I don't know. Maybe that's just her vibes, though. But
yeah. Go ahead, continue.
But now it's in the fate of the prince, right? So we'll see what happens of that. There's going to be like a whole court case, and there was a lot of discussion of what that would look like for us as a coterie, as a group.
Elspeth wasn't here for that, huh?
No, we left Elspeth at the club.
Yeah.
We left her at the Red Salon, as it's called.
David admitted that he killed somebody. He doesn't really understand what happened. Basically, he's like Beast took over and killed somebody. So later on, where we ended it was Betty and Leon chased down that in the
Riot
club,
Act.
yeah, the underground fighting club.
So basically,
really
we gave Janet was like, I can't go, but I bet you I know who knows what this coin is about. Remember, we traced the coin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did a little
Gave it
drive-by
over,
of where
and
the coin went.
immediately Betty was like, oh yeah, that's an underground fight club. Well, obviously Janet's not the right audience, so Leon and Betty went to go scope it and see if we could track down and figure out who the gangrel was.
We
that
did
kill, and they did, and Betty did a great job and figured it out.
We'll figure that. We'll
Yeah, that could
probably
be
talk
in-game.
about that in game. So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna really reveal that here. So if you missed it last episode, you're gonna have to hang on the edge of your seat to find out who it was. That'll be a little thing to savor. And also, beyond that, Janet reached out to God, Firenza Savona. I can never say people's names properly. Basically asking for a little extra protection. This wasn't something that was done lightly.
We
There was a
asked for more
lot
than a little
of
extra protection. I just told my
yeah.
life away.
There
Basically,
was
there was a large conversation that we had to have of like, David,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? And there were three kind of major options put on the table, which was we could ask her sire to go out of his way to get us a proper lawyer to go to court. Because basically we were like, we just told the Harpy what's going on. We have to go to court about this. So we could
well,
get
we
a
don't
lawyer.
have to go to court.
Janet went back to her sire, had to go back to her sire and give him a yes or no on whether we were going to reach out. Because remember, Elspeth was there for that piece. And then in the end, it was decided that David wanted to go that route because it was an opportunity for Janet to get something out.
It was pulling teeth getting David. I really think David was trying to make other people not make, but like trying to get other people to make the decision. And it was like, bro, this is you. This is your on life on the line. It's like none of us can make that decision for you as much as you want us to.
And in the end, David and Janet were basically like, if we're gonna have to kneel at somebody's feet, we might as well be the person at the very top instead of the bottom.
Yeah, there was a ripcord.
And Betty was like, either way, it's bad. So which bad do you want?
Which bad do you want? And so Janet went back to her sire and said, yes, I want it. He actually came around and said, I think you're actually right. We could both really benefit from this as long as we don't fuck it up. And he made the call. Then a call was made to Janet, which was for Fiorenza. Right?
Fiorenza, yeah.
And Janet was like, yes, checked all the boxes, took the interview, and she said, she either said, I'll be coming to town for the actual court thing, but she'll be sending us a rep. We have somebody that's going to be watching us, basically. And then we kind of ended with Janet being like, okay, the court has been cut. There's no turning back now. And we're just kind of holding our breath for the 48 hours leading up to the court thing.
Well, I think it also depends on the call, or it depends on the meeting that you have with David and her, I think, or her representative, right?
Yeah, so we don't.
And if it all seems kosher, then I think that she's fine.
Yeah.
And this doesn't come easy. This is at the cost of a really dangerous debt. That's not only the debt we have to pay, or I guess the coterie has to pay, but also a debt that Janet's sire will also have to pay. So it's a much bigger deal than just the coterie
And
itself.
we're about to make some serious enemies, which I think is where Janet's most concerned for the next 48 hours. We got to get our house in order.
It is a splash.
Yeah, because we're about to make some enemies. So we'll have to get Elspeth all caught up. But I want to know what Elspeth did at the club.
Elspeth is just starting her own little world.
I want to know if she actually came out of her shell a little bit, made some friends, what she do at the club.
At the Toreador Club? At the Red Salon?
Oh, at the Red Salon. Yeah. Well, I guess is it a club or an Elysium
It's
location?
more like a politically neutral Elysium that's got a place to
social
drink.
Club,
And it's a socialite kind of gathering hub. I think the real thing from the last couple of sessions that I walked away with was David very much trying to find a clean answer when there was none of your answers were clean. He was struggling with the options presented to him, and he really was hoping going to April Bosley was going to be like the cleanest way to do it.
And she was like, cool, now we're going to court.
he straight up told her everything. She asked him a couple clarifying questions, and he gave her everything.
Now, I will say he never came out flat and it was like, I came out the box, but she figured it out like between the lines.
The context clues were very obvious.
Yeah.
And she was very pleasant. It was very clear David was kind of looking for to do things the right way, which gave him the leniency of April Bosley. She's like thanking him for just being honest. But it was interesting to watch him bear everything to her in the hopes of like a clean answer, which didn't work out. And then, your meeting with your sire went a little better than you expected because he came back.
Kind of man will never say he's sorry, but he did say, I see the points you were making. I get why you're doing this, and you're right. We could both benefit heavily as long as we don't fuck it up.
Exactly.
And so she told Janet's real proud, but also real scared on the phone that she will be the East Coast rep for her. Yeah.
Yeah, for the
Janet just
name.
took a major it's like that moment you're now working for the king, but you also will
Damn.
probably lose your head along the way. So yeah.
The king of another kingdom.
Crazy.
The king of
Crazy.
another kingdom in somebody else's kingdom.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. Yeah.
And we're about to politically maneuver everybody, and it's gonna upset some folks.
Oh, it's a
Well-
statement. I mean, and Betty
Oh.
said that to the group was like, making that decision is like, it's a statement. It is, everyone's going to know about it. And it's,
Well, because the thing is,
go
it's
make some
interesting
people mad.
because of certain decisions you all made along the way about what to do with the box and all that stuff. You really limited yourselves at the end there. Now, it's limited is the wrong way to phrase it, but the decisions ended up meaning you could either
We did the
hand
job
David
so
over-
well of reporting
Yeah.
back to the. We boxed
you
ourselves
cornered
in.
yourselves. Yeah, you boxed yourselves in by
Look,
doing.
I found you the box, okay?
Yeah, so you could like hand them over to the Tremere, wish your best luck with just representing yourselves as lawyers, or go either to Fiorenza or getting like a lawyer like she was
Yeah.
going to do. Anyway, so we'll pick up with the
Ultimately,
following-
finding the box and giving it to them was kind of the pressure cooker for
Yeah.
us because it
Oh,
made
yeah,
it so
that's
that
the-
like
that lit the
we
fuse.
had, somebody like they're going to find out about David. They're going to find him through having this box because, everybody's got their own little magic powers. They're going to like touch it and see visions of him. That's going to whole thing.
Now that being said, in Leon's case, he did finish the security at the quarry, so just in time for our lives to consistently be on the line, we have a pretty solid security system.
Yeah, all set up.
Yeah, all the locks and stuff are set up, and we're basically very close to being able to open the quarry for real daytime business, so that we can start making some money. Janet paid out Leon. I'm gonna get my books together. I have a page. I need to figure out how to share it with y'all. That is my like checks and balances, basically, of my of my resource points.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, so as we dive in then, before we jump into where I was going to, my question is actually just going to be leveled at Tracy first. Tracy, when they leave and you're alone in the Red Salon, is there anything Elspeth is interested? Is she looking? Because if you remember when you were there were not that many people there, and one of them was Beryl Underwood, who was accompanied by a couple people, and a few well-to-do people that were there, like what was his name?
Caleb?
The prince's Caleb. Yep, the prince's like right hand, scourge not scourge kind of
Yeah, the one.
situation.
Janet tried to schmooze with, yeah.
Yeah.
Dare him to not shake my hand now, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, but everything said and done, and they leave. Is there, if the camera were to linger on the inside of the club, it's a socialite gathering hub where some drinks are being passed around, does Elspeth stick around? Does she feel extremely awkward and out of place? Like, does she leave almost immediately after? I don't want to fade away from a potential scene if there's anything that Elspeth has any interest in doing.
To be so honest, I do not think she is not a socialite, so she probably would have felt extremely awkward and social anxiety. So would probably leave. I mean, she might linger for a short bit. And
Can we
then
see if the camera does kind of like have a kind of upper shot of your character sitting in the bar, and we have this kind of wide angle lens of like the whole area? Does Elspeth look uncomfortable? Does she seem out of place? Like what's running through her head? And when she's alone here, and how long does it last? I guess I'm looking like, if she's, I'm curious because in my, obviously we're just talking about SOS, but Ava she'd be immediately like, give me a glass.
Yep.
Let's go.
She'd be schmoozing.
Yeah, but Elspeth, she's dressed well, but she's young. Sorry. So give me that shot. Like, does she look uncomfortable? Does she look stiff, awkward?
Yeah, she probably does look a little uncomfortable, a little fidgety, and just sitting in a booth to herself, trying to just find like something to fidget with, like just maybe playing with like her drink, and she's trying to just think like, okay, when's a good time to leave? Like, when will it like look too awkward? When will it look bad? So she's like thinking of when she wants to leave. I guess the only thing that might interest her is like if there was anybody that looked like they weren't freaking Toreador or a Ventru. Like she just wants to see if there's anybody else that or even like a Nosferatu. Like she really wants to see if there's like Giovanni there or like any like of the outer clans, not like the inner, not like the high clans or like the inner circle Camarilla clans.
You're looking for something unique.
I'm looking for the outsiders. Yeah.
So the my I guess response to that would be, how would you know if they're outsiders? As your Elspeth's looking around, and maybe that thought crosses her mind. She's looking around. Any of the other weird people, other districts, like lesser clans may not be the right word, but
Yeah.
you don't really notice anybody that stands out.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to tell like who, you know, but you can stereotype whose clan is who, but if
No,
yeah,
you don't see a Nosferatu, let's say that.
Yeah.
No, nothing that sticks out in that regard. Otherwise, not particularly.
Okay. Yeah. And it would even be hard to see a Giovanni because they're also probably like look good and dress nice and all that shit. So yeah, if nobody looks like out of place like Elspeth is really what I think she's maybe looking for. But if she's not going to try to converse with anybody that looks too important for her. So she knows her place in the hierarchy. So if there's nobody that looks like on her level, then she'll probably leave.
Okay. How long would you hang around? Sorry to ask all these clarifying questions, but
Nope.
I'm just curious. I'm building something in my head here. How many minutes would you give it of you lingering around?
Oh gosh. Like 15 minutes, maybe. And then if there's no activity, people moving in and out, then she's just like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to anybody here. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. I imagine, so as you're lingering, hanging out, and it was like a booth area you were sitting in, correct, with the others while at the time? So our camera opens up with that shot, that kind of we're in the corner of the room, looking down at the table where Elspeth sits just by herself, maybe her fingernails wrapping on the table or on the glass. Did you have a glass of anything to drink while you were here?
Drink that blood while you can get it.
If there is Vitae, I will.
Yeah,
You better drink down to one hunger, girl.
Yeah. What are you at for hunger?
Oh, actually, I'm at one hunger, so
Okay.
I'm actually fine.
Maybe you got a glass just for the taste or what have you. They also do have wine and stuff if you do want to imbibe in human foods, if you wanted to blush of life.
Speaking of, you might notice Janet also has a booth to herself. She is engorging herself on an ungodly amount of desserts.
Yes,
She's having it every. Yeah, she's making a
Okay.
different kind of statement.
I forgot that. You
I
ate
had a
so
whole
much
piece of chocolate
stuff.
cake, and like I eat all of this stuff as kind of
Sounds
like a
good.
fuck you to everybody in this room.
Yeah, that's the last thing she does before David comes out.
Yeah, you see me
and,
finish a massive slice of 10-layer chocolate cake, and then
they leave. So we see your fingernails maybe wrapping on an empty glass or so.
Yeah.
And you just think, like you said, you linger for about 15 minutes. While you're there, after Janet leaves with David, no one new really enters the club itself. Maybe your eyes could maybe awkwardly flicker over to Beryl Underwood occasionally, or just kind of around the room without too much attention given, without too much lingering time given. And then after, we'll say after about close to the 15 minutes, maybe when you're starting to feel like, okay, why am I here? Like I'm looking around, nobody looks, particularly interesting. And our camera kind of shifts down to the table's level right by you, and we see you reaching maybe for your bag or something. What we see step into frame is just two hands stepping into frame, all belonging to the same person, each with a glass of Vitae, and one extended to you. And as you maybe are reaching over to grab your bag, Elspeth, and you turn back, you see at the corner of your eye a gentleman's hand with a glass of wine and a little bit of, or a glass of Vitae rather, sat there. And as her eyes trace the hand to the arm to the seeing who this belongs to, and our camera pulls back a bit, we actually see it is Beryl Underwood.
Okay. Oh God, I'm scared. Oh no, wait, that's not Caleb. That's Beryl. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Beryl is the Ventru Primogen.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
this is the guy we're supposed to get the original box for. Remember, it was his ghoul that came and got
Right.
Picks the
Okay.
box up that Betty and Leon.
Yes.
Yep. Delivered.
Okay. Noted.
There's
Elspeth.
also some tie to maybe what happened to Mutt there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
possibly.
And as you look up to him and his eyes meet yours, there's a warm smile on his face, and he simply says, gesturing to your empty or mostly empty glass, he just says, yeah, you looked like you're almost done with that one.
Oh, thank you. I won't say no. And she just like gently takes the glass, not to be impolite, even though she was ready to leave, but she's like, oh crap. But so she'll continue to do the pleasantries and be polite and take the offered glass.
For those who aren't familiar, as Beryl steps forward, Beryl is a gentleman in his 60s. He's an older man with a receding hairline, very white and gray at this point, with aspects of what might have been black hair underneath. His eyes are rather sunken into his face, and he just wears a consistent look of an older, hardworking kind of blue collar or white collar like guy, just very high end business. Do you accept the drink?
Yes, I will. I'll take it.
He wordlessly, as you take the drink, steps to the opposite side of the table and slides into the booth with you. As you look to where he was standing, his security did not seem to follow over, though they are clearly, keeping you within eye shot. And what does Elspeth do? As he slides into the booth, and our camera is now, as it pulled back and looked at Beryl, and then followed Beryl as he sat down, and as he sits, it kind of pulls back and then turns and pans back toward you, Elspeth. What do we see as we refocus on Elspeth? Like, is she visually extremely? Is she able to hold it back? Is she trying to hold it back? Like, do you think a role is appropriate here?
That's a good question. I think yeah, she's her eyebrows raise, and she's not expecting this. I think internally, she's like, oh shit. But she will try to keep her composure. I'll roll for it, actually, to keep that composure of.
Please do.
Yeah.
Wits composure. You want to do that, or you want to do? Do you think intelligence composure? What do you feel would be appropriate here?
Let's do a wits and composure.
No Microsoft Edge. I don't want a $2 million reward.
I rolled $2 million.
I would take.
If he doesn't want it, I'll take it.
It's very cool. I'm not getting marketed to by you, Microsoft. Two successes. It's normal. That beats what is considered a normal difficulty. Sitting the primogen of a clan sitting with you out of the blue all alone is a rare occasion that might set you aflutter. While I won't say I'd consider this might be a dirty success where you're able to manage most of it, but maybe he has a read on you. Actually, I'll let him have a roll real quick.
Oh boy.
Let me
He
see.
sees you swallow deeply, and that
Yeah,
one
exactly,
bead of
the
sweat
gulp.
roll down your face.
Yeah.
The big gulp.
I'm gonna get his character sheet real quick. I'm assuming we have him
Probably.
a sheet for him somewhere. Hello, Beryl. No.
He's waiting for his debut.
Collectible. Oh, these. Do I have the Boston by Night book?
I don't think. Is there a book? There's a PDF.
Oh,
There's a PDF.
Oh, okay, maybe.
But
I have that.
yeah,
We'll
which
see.
is somewhere. I think.
I remember. I think I had that book, the PDF, and I remember it
think
not being
Bub-
useful.
Let me check Bub's messages, because I remember. Oh, I remember I sent it.
All
Bub a
just to
while
make
ago.
one roll for this guy. I mean, I could just make up his stats,
about to
but
say,
I
I'm
was.
gonna do a quick run to see. I don't know that he has a solid
Yeah, he might not.
character sheet. But let's talk about Caleb here for a second. He is so fine. Fine.
He is very handsome.
He is
Yes.
fine. Beryl, not so much, but that's
No,
okay.
Beryl
Beryl
is,
is
Well,
like
Beryl's an older gentleman.
a
he,
haggard-looking
he
man.
gives like he gives White Man Baker vibes. You
Do
know,
you,
like
do you
he
need the
definitely runs
Boston
a
by
bank.
Night
PDF.
B5 PDF?
Yeah, no, Caleb is like.
Yes.
He could look you in the eyes, and I'd fall for that man.
Oh, zero question.
The only
Would
problem is
swoon.
this has an ad, I think.
He's 300 years old. It's not a big deal. All right, he doesn't really have a stat block, so I'm just going to go ahead and
Give
give
him,
him a wits. I'm going to give him a wits insight on you. That'll be, I'm going to give him a 7 dice pool for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's probably.
He's older, for sure. He's not like, you know, super, super old, but he's older. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. So as you rolled, you know, you're holding back as best you can, and maybe you stiffen up a bit. Elspeth, you can describe, does Elspeth just kind of like shift uncomfortably when she gets really nervous in front of somebody who's, you know, a professor at her college or whatever it is? I'm curious, is it like a physical like stiffness that she has?
Yeah, definitely. Stiffening, shifting. Yeah, her eyes maybe dilate a little bit of like, and yeah, so definitely a visible, uncomfortable nervousness about her.
Sure. He would, and I won't even have you roll. You can tell he can tell. As he
Yeah.
sits, there is a almost a warm, welcoming smile that he sits down and he places his own glass of Vitae down in front of him, and you see him take a very relaxed kind of posture. His shoulders drop a little bit. He almost not slumps, but kind of scoots in his chair a bit, not sitting as upright as he would normally in like a business meeting. And with that smile, he very gently holds out his hand and he says, "Beryl."
Elspeth.
He nods, and as he takes your hand gently, he just kind of gives it a touch. He doesn't kiss your hand or anything. And he just nods when you say Elspeth. And he reaches down to his glass, and as he reaches and takes a sip, he tilts the glass up, but his eyes peer over the glass and look into your eyes the entire time as he takes his sip. Do you sip as well?
Lord. Yes.
It's Vitae. It's not wine. It's absolutely Vitae.
Yeah, she'll take a sip as well.
And as you take a sip of it, you would actually note immediately this is the exact Vitae you were drinking in your other glass.
Okay.
For Elspeth, maybe immediately not hinting at, but pointing at that he either was paying attention while you were here, or he had the information somehow as to what you were drinking. And as you take a sip and he sips his as well, he maybe smacks his lips just a little bit before placing his glass down. And he just kind of gives you a moment or two of regard, maybe even an awkward silence. Does Elspeth let an awkward silence sit, or is she one to fill silence before it gets awkward?
She would probably fill the silence.
Right.
So it's just
you get like a beat of silence of just like before you immediately jump in. What do you say? He says his name's Beryl. You say Elspeth.
Yeah. I don't think we've had the chance to formally meet.
He nods and he's like, "We have not. Actually, the reason I even took a seat here." He just looks at you. He's like, and you said your name was Elspeth, and so he says, "Elspeth, what was no, he wouldn't. He would just go, Elspeth. That name rings a minor bell. You wouldn't be the Hakata in Boston, would you?"
That's me.
He smiles. There aren't many of you.
Yeah, I noticed that, which is interesting.
And he goes, there's and maybe surprisingly to you, there's not really, it's a very conversational, warm tone to his voice as he speaks to you. He doesn't seem to be, it doesn't feel like an interrogation, at least immediately. He doesn't feel predatory as he speaks. And he's like, "Tell me about you. It's not often that I get to sit down with one who is mingling amongst the dead and have a glass of Vitae with."
Yes, well, I am from here. Well, mostly out of Boston, out of the city a bit, Salem, and she's just like trying to think of like, she kind of pauses and is thinking of what to even say, how to tell her. It was much easier to talk about herself with Roman, but with this guy, it's like,
Yeah.
what do I say? I don't want.
When you pause awkwardly, he just where you say is awkward. When he paused for a moment, he reaches and sips his wine or sips his Vitae without thinking too much about it.
I have been in this life for only really only a year or two. So I'm still pretty young and new.
He smiles when you say that, and he seems to genuinely be listening. He almost sits when you start speaking. He sits up a little bit more upright and he leans in a little bit. And when you say, you're new and whatnot, he places the glass back down and he interlaces his fingers together before placing them gently on the table and looking you in the eye. And he simply says, after only a year, I'm curious what your thoughts are on your new life. It has been some time. And he breaks eye contact with you and looks up to the sky, almost like wistfully remembering. He's like, it's been a long time since I've been that close to my mortality.
Yes,
How do you find, and you reiterating the question, he's like, how do you find your new one life?
So far, I find it quite good. But it's true, I haven't lived long enough to see the true effects of what this unlife can do to you, whether it be with personal people in your life, with trying to hide your identity, all of the things that come with it. But I've been learning a lot, and I enjoy it, to say the least. I'm not one of those who hates this curse, at least not yet.
He nods at that and he's like, it all sounds very familiar and yet like an entire lifetime ago. He shakes his head. As he shakes his head, he kind of looks down at the table and then almost like changing the topic immediately looks to your glass of Vitae and he says, how are you finding it?
Very good, actually. Good eye that this is my preferred taste.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you got something you liked and it's what you were drinking prior, right?
Yes, it was.
He goes and sits again. He's like, it's good here. They overcharge a little bit for it, but the taste is always reliable. Have you been to one of these before? And he gestures to the area.
She shakes her head. No, I have not.
He leans back a bit and he almost leaves room for you to continue on with that thought if without any prompting. But if you don't, he simply says, well, how do you find it? I kind of find it a little stiff, but it's one of the only places our people will meet.
It is, I would agree, a little stiff. Hard to meet new people. I would love to get to know more kindred in the city, truly. But I find it hard. My clan in general can be a little more isolated, and I I do like being social, but I think it might be hard. It's hard to approach others. Yeah, I don't know if this environment is quite conducive to meeting other kindred. So I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi.
He chuckles like lightly and is like, well, it doesn't help that you're also spending a lot of your time out in a quarry, isn't that right?
Oh, yes, you've heard about the quarry. Yeah, and
Well, you walked in here with Janet.
yes, our coterie. Yes, Janet and I and David are part of a coterie.
Officially.
Yes, it is official now. Yes.
How have you liked that?
It's nice having others, having coterie mates with different perspectives and outlooks on this life, and we all kind of have these different walks of life, and I like it.
He continuing to very eagerly seemingly listen. He's like, is that who you spend most of your evenings with? And he doesn't say that with like there's not like any disdain sprinkled over that, just mere curiosity.
Yes, we basically every evening I spend with them.
And you said you are from the Boston area. Have you been your whole life out this way?
Yes, in the New England area for my whole life.
Never left.
No, now that I think about it, no.
He laughs a little bit. He goes, well, you'll find traveling a lot harder now.
I assume you've traveled quite a bit.
A bit of my time, yes. It's not impossible to travel in our situation, but it is a little bit more annoying.
Yeah, I did always want to go to Europe, but that will probably be hard now.
He does smile. He's like, well, you ever have the chance to go, I think you'd love France.
It's on the list.
He smiles. He would before he continues, does Elspeth like intervene or ask any, not intervene, but does she have any conversation? Is she more like just actively being receptive to the questions? How is she feeling?
Yeah, I think she's just being she is like stiff and being receptive and not asking him any questions. I think she's just a little scared too. So
Absolutely.
she just keeps answering his questions.
As conversational and warm as he may be, he is still somebody of power you've
Yes.
never spoken to before. Weirdly having a conversation with somebody who's relatively new in the city at all.
Yeah.
He's like, he continues. He's like, well, your time as a kindred within Boston, I hope has been other than the kerfuffle in New York I heard so much about. I hope everything has been relatively amenable to you.
Yes, very much so. I enjoy the city.
He goes, do you have any siblings in blood? I mean,
In blood, no. I do not.
is your sire the sort to even really check in? Ventru tend to be very helicopter mom.
So I've heard. I yes, and as per one of the six traditions, my sire is still responsible for me. And she's like going through it like it's like she's being quizzed to this primogen. As per the six traditions, I do keep in touch with my sire. They are responsible for me, and they do make sure that I am well taken care of, and I check in regularly.
He smiles and he's like, I honestly find your family's traditions fascinating at the end of the day. Is it true
Oh boy.
that some of your work is more collaborative in nature than some people imagine?
I would say yes, it can be collaborative.
Do you ever, maybe be more clear, I should be more clear. Do you ever feel, I don't know, more watched than others from a less physical presence?
Mm,
A less than physical presence, perhaps?
I do tend to feel that, yes, that there's more around us than we think in the metaphysical sense.
His smile doesn't fade, but his face becomes more serious as you begin to speak a little bit about that. And he continues. He's like, "Have you ever had any mishaps with your family's practices?"
Not from my experience yet, though I know that can happen from time to time.
What does that even look like?
I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes if you try to talk to a ghost, for example, they may not be very receptive and they can be aggressive. There are different types of ghosts. There are poltergeists, there are specters, there are wraiths, and usually poltergeists and specters are not very friendly. So, yes.
He simply says, "Well, Miss Elspeth, that sounds dangerous."
Yeah. It can it can be, but that's why a lot of good practice and understanding and making sure that you are prepared is important.
He smiles, and as he's about to say something, just as he's about to respond, a hand from behind him is placed on his shoulder, and he looks up, caught completely off guard, very much lost in the conversation with you. And as he looks up, the person a younger man just nods to him, and he nods back, and the individual walks toward the door, and he goes, "I'm afraid that's where our conversation has to end abruptly." And he grabs the rest of the vitae and downs the rest of it before raising it in your honor and like placing it back on the table. He's like, "If we ever find ourselves in this room again and you're ever in need of a quieter conversation, I'd love to learn more. You are absolutely a pleasure to speak with, Miss Elspeth. Another night, perhaps." And he stands up and reaches his hand out gently to yours.
She will shake once again. It was lovely to meet you as well, Mr. Underwood.
And he gives the gentle shake, and as he steps away, the younger gentleman has his coat open and ready for him as he slips his arms in, and without another word, they both exit out the front door. After this, we pull back a little bit and we see Elspeth just relief washes over her.
The shoulders go down again.
I don't know if Elspeth's going over the conversation in her head at all, but I think something that would come down, Elspeth would realize for a few minutes of like decompressing, you think for the whole conversation, as brief as it was, maybe 5 or 10 minutes of conversing, Beryl never offered anything about himself.
Yeah.
It was Beryl never asked Beryl anything. Beryl never offered Beryl information. Everything was very much about you, though it was very pleasant and conversational. Nobody was there taking notes. He wasn't writing anything down. It didn't feel like an interrogation, but maybe something as Elspeth steps back in her head becomes a little bit more clear. It just settles that you're like, maybe it's not necessarily completely out of the ordinary. He's a man of power in the city, and he may but just something that maybe Elspeth notes.
Yep.
There's a again, relief that washes over her, I imagine.
Yeah.
Do you see Elspeth finish the wine, or does she leave? I say wine, I mean Vitae.
She will, she doesn't want to make it obvious that she's leaving right after that conversation. So she probably will take a second to finish it and then leave.
And as you get up and make your way out of the Red Salon, you would eventually head back to the quarry where the night would come to a close. Because other things are happening outside of this area right now. And now we move to the next night where everybody can go ahead and make sure you heal yourselves, everything you're supposed to heal, willpower, all that good stuff. And now everybody can make me a rouse check for the next evening.
Oh boy.
I'm hangry.
Elspeth, I think the one thing you would note about you getting back to the quarry tonight is as late as you were out, you still arrived at the quarry before everybody else did.
Okay.
They didn't show back up until way late when everybody kind of mostly went to bed.
Okay.
Everybody made their rouse check. Everybody healed their willpower. As the next evening rolls on, Janet and Betty, David is off. He's going to have to take care of some stuff, maybe go to the petting zoo one more time to feed. He's getting nervous about, obviously, the next night or two coming up, making art somewhere in the quarry. But as you wake up, Elspeth is there. She obviously never joined you for the rest of the evening. She's unaware of the events that transpired between your decision-making over the past 24 hours or so. And obviously, Elspeth spent some more time at the Red Salon. So as you all kind of rouse for the evening and you all gather together in the quarry at the bottom floor as the pods are opening, obviously Betty would be making herself way over to the quarry from wherever she was spending the night, somewhere in the relative close proximity of it
fed?
all. Yeah, go ahead and make me a your feeding roll for whatever your hunting type is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that too, Mathis, but mine's a little different.
Are you at 4? No, you just need
I'm
organs.
at 3, but
Okay.
things could get messy today if we
I'm
don't.
also at 3. What I know what my role is. It's Dex plus Stealth, but do I need to roll anything extra if I'm looking for somebody with something special?
What are you looking for? What special thing are you looking for?
Just someone who maybe was doing some kind of drugs or something.
Oh, the higher your hunting roll, the more likely you are to find what you're looking for.
Okay, sounds good.
Tell me your drug of choice.
Ooh, I don't know. I think she's up for anything.
Well, we'll see what you roll.
That'll make it easier.
Yeah, exactly.
5. Woo.
Hey.
With 5 successes, I first give you your choice. Is there anything Betty is looking to experience in some fashion tonight as far as a drug? Because the easiest thing is somebody who's smoking weed, right? Like that's the easiest thing you could find. One difficulty
Probably maybe
got that.
Something more like heroin or something on that level.
Oh, you're going
She wants
fucking
them
hard
strong
tonight.
She go
drugs.
ham.
Mathis.
Yeah.
You'll still be able to walk. With
She's
5
an-
successes, yeah, you find
Yeah.
somebody who's like in an alleyway, who's like sat up against a wall, who's slumped forward with his arms just kind of loose by his sides, who's breathing extremely shallowly. And you're very, very well with what someone who's on heroin looks like. And after some looking, you find this individual and you can feed. And while you won't fall into a heroin induced coma or anything, you're gonna be feeling extremely relaxed for the evening as you imbibe. How many points do you need to pull off this person?
I need 3, but I can pull off whatever.
What's your hunger?
3.
Okay, so you can only go down to 1 hunger. You can't go to 0
Okay.
unless you kill somebody
Okay.
in the process. So you take 2 points of hunger.
2 points.
You're always going to be sitting at 1. So you take 2. You're going to be feeling very relaxed when you come into the
Now,
quarry.
once I do this, because of my high functioning addict advantage,
Mhm.
I add 1 die to any one category of pool.
Okay.
So I think I think I'm supposed to specify when I choose which substance I use. So
With heroin, it's probably your social pool that gets the most increase. I imagine strength pools doesn't get your physical stats don't get much better. and your mental stats probably don't get much better on heroin. I wouldn't know, but I'm gonna guess your charisma social stats, although you're more relaxed and more chatty and more available to do it. But if you want to choose, like if it's up to you and you get to choose which stat block you want to increase. Either way, you're going to be arriving to the quarry feeling extremely good. Do you have any organs left, Janet?
Nope. I think it's time. The mob should start delivering bodies any day now.
Sure.
So my hope is, yeah, my hope is that maybe today, because of everything that's going down, Janet's going to end up making contact with the mob and with her sons, and maybe we can get a body out of the... Because the new deal is that not only is the quarry still a money laundering scheme, but I have a place to dispose of the dirty secrets of the mob, right? They just don't know I'll be eating them. They think I'm using the quarry. I will say also, Mathis, I did go through and spend the experience, so I bought the lore sheet.
Okay,
I know
cool.
we'll have to deal with the retainer. I got the twins are coming off as my retainer. I know we talked about that. I'm sure we'll get more into that. And then I went ahead, because I had some spare, and I went ahead and bought 2 dots in reputation, because good or bad, Janet's got at least 2 dots in reputation now. So
yeah.
Oh, and I had a new idea as part of the build of the quarry, which is that I could probably use a cell, like to hold people in,
sure,
like a jail cell. So there's a cell on site now too.
And remember, because of the way you went about the Fiorenza thing, you did not spend experience on the lore sheet. You got it as part of the story. You would have.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you would have spent experience if you didn't go ripcord and you went the more traditional route of trying to find your way into her service.
Demiplane has no way of letting me do that. So what I'm going to do is put the 3 back onto my total experience, but I've got to make a note that means my total will always be 3 over.
Yeah, always be 3 over.
So I just need to make a quick note. Okay, yeah. So it's in there. She could go for more stuff, but I will say with the cell, that now gives us a 7-dot haven.
Okay.
With 2 flaws.
Oh, and then remember last time too, you saw your ring on the floor.
Oh, fuck that ring and my dead husband. Just die already. But you know what? It was just on the floor. Janet picked it up and put it aside, and nothing else came of it.
So I imagine by the time you're done getting ready for your evening, Janet, and everything's like everybody's kind of good to go, is when Betty arrives and kind of wheels her way in.
I hear the cart coming.
You can hear it, and it's just the 3 of you. Like I said, as Elspeth is also done getting ready and stuff, you're coming together after a very busy night that Elspeth is unaware of what exactly fucking went down with David. And Elspeth, you had a conversation with somebody that you didn't think you were going to. I don't know if something you may not bring it up at all, but the 3 of you do come together, and I imagine there's a bit of a conversation that needs to be had with Janet, by Janet to Elspeth.
Yeah. I imagine she comes out maybe looking a tad frazzled. It's hard for Janet to look fully frazzled, right? Like, she's pretty good with her composure, but you can see this evening there's clearly a lot on her mind, and she might be hungry.
Just a little bit.
Can I tell that she seems hangry?
Yeah, she's probably like already up, and she's having some form of a cup of coffee because she likes to do the normal like human process of the morning, the music, the cooking, the whole thing. So she's like, and you can see she's got all these like ledgers, because of course we don't use technology. She's not going to use any technology until it comes to actually laundering the money. But like she's got all these ledgers out and these like pads and notes and businessy type paperwork like on this table, this junk table in the construction site, and she's just, you can see her like sipping the coffee and like flipping through it all in kind of a manic panic kind of way.
Elspeth will walk in. You already at work? Busy?
Well, the sun's set, hasn't it?
Yeah, but usually you'll have like your organs and get everything together.
Well, I guess you could say I'm out of organs. Janet's out of organs, and unless I go kill another, a man or 2,
oh dear.
Yeah, the cooler's empty.
I was going to say you look like you're 1 decimal away from committing a felony.
Oh, hi, Betty.
Betty, awkwardly,
it's been a bit.
A lot more quiet when she rolled in
just
today.
rolls in. Oh, Betty, it's been a bit.
I imagine there's like a hard eye
yes.
cut that's like, I dare you to say another word, Betty, about how I look today. Just that, like, that girl to girl, like, don't just shh.
Oh, who are we mad at now, Janet?
Oh, I'm not mad at anybody. I just got a lot on my shoulders. The pressure's on. You know, we're about to make some serious enemies. I need to clear the books. Housekeeping, if you would. Oh, right. You don't know anything about that. I got to get my ducks in a row.
Your ducks in a row?
I do like a good duck.
No, not to eat. You know what? Don't worry about it. I will say that in lieu of all of this going on, you probably see the blueprints of the Tremere building that we stole. Janet is now hiding them amongst the rest of the blueprints for the construction site.
Mm.
They need to we don't need any evidence more than we already have.
How is everything going?
Well, the construction, we got a couple more weeks. Security's in place. You're going to need to set a 6-digit door code. Don't tell anybody it's your door code,
Okay.
Yeah, they're almost done with the gel cell. And,
we have a jail cell?
well, yeah. Where do you think we're going to keep people?
Yeah, I guess that's a thought. Nervous laughter.
Oh, I have some more news that might help you out there, Janet.
Oh.
I figured out who David killed. Oh, I don't know if you're aware of that,
The gang
Elspeth.
girl?
Yes.
We should keep our voices down.
You're looking around.
The
and
gang
there's
girl?
nobody
Echo.
You see 2 floors up, you just see, what's his name? I'm gonna call him fucking Sparrow. That is not his fucking name. Why am I?
Magpie?
Magpie.
Good
A
Lord.
different bird.
Yeah, I know. You see Magpie carrying some wires around, but that's the only person you see around.
Who was this? Who was the gang girl?
Well,
Who were they?
I don't know the details of them, but their name is Cade Sable.
Cade Sable.
NPC
Yes.
list.
So
We
apparently,
should go on David's because he's dead. Where's
others saw David and this Cade having a bit of a,
people
unfun
saw
banter.
him? He said that they
Yes.
was out in the woods when he died.
Well, they might have gone out into the woods to do the deed, but that is not where it started, at least.
Oh boy,
So-
how many?
Yeah,
Well, enough for people to be talking.
Oh,
that's not good. Well, what kind of people? Were they
Underground Fight Club folks. But I didn't tell
Okay.
you any of that.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we can hope that it doesn't,
It
it's
is
not
a
like
good time
it's
if you ever want to go sometime, Elspeth.
I remember,
What?
some gambling
Janet
was
can't
done.
go to the fight club?
Oh, yes. Janet, well, you're welcome to go, but I don't know if it's your type of thing. And Betty, goes to her shopping cart, shoves her hand in the cart, and, pulls out some kind of, little, it's like a container, like a little box of some sort.
Like
The
Tupperware?
outside, it's like a Tupperware. Oh God, I love that. Like a plastic Tupperware, but it's kind of gross. Like it's been used.
Uh-huh.
And she slides it over to you.
Oh,
Well, go on, Elspeth.
know-
I'm not opening it.
Oh, it's not for Elspeth. Don't touch that.
okay.
But it's for me.
Actually,
It's all you.
I will say this, Elspeth. You're welcome.
I'm welcome.
All the while, Betty sounds a little more chill and relaxed today. All the while, she's a little less edgy. She looks like she's feeling chilled out.
So the Tupperware is for me?
Oh yes,
But
yes. The
but
Tupperware
I will
is
be
for
happy
you.
about it.
Oh, you will be happy. Yes.
Okay. Open it.
Okay. All right. Keep your
As-
stockings on, and I'll just kind
As
of
you pry it open, the very
you
first
know,
thing that
like
happens,
old
It
leftovers
looks-
in the fridge.
It
That's
looks
how I
like
open this Tupperware.
spaghetti. You know, like spaghetti container. You know how spaghetti taints containers?
Yeah, and as you
Yeah.
open the container, the first thing you notice isn't what's actually inside, but the little like drain flies that fly out of the fucking
Oh, God,
Tupperware, and
that's
they buzz
foul.
out. And as you peel it back and you take a minute and you look in, you see I'm assuming a wad of cash.
$1,665.
A wad of fucking
Oh!
cash. Remember you gave her money?
That's right. Oh, you did place a bet. I gave you $1,000.
And she came back with $1,650.
$1,650. Well, Janet smiled and she said, "You know, Betty, I really didn't expect to see this money. So why don't you just keep it all?"
Oh, well, I was thinking I'd pay you back for, well, Elspeth's little shenanigans
Oh, so
with the
Elspeth
phone.
now owes you $1,000.
Oh, I like that. You now owe me money.
Oh,
you know
great.
what? Just to make this more convoluted, I'll take it. I'll give this 65. So the winnings, right? Because that's usually how you split a bet. If somebody stakes you, you give them their winnings. So I'll give her the 65, and then I turn around and I hand the 1,000 back to Elspeth.
Which you can hand back to
To Betty? Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
I- so
hand it back to Betty?
I would, and I would now, and then I would say, so are we all even now? All debts paid?
Do you not know how math works? No, you still owe $1,000 to somebody.
So why did you give me?
Because I know that your pocketbook's empty. And now that we are, as you might say, stepping up in the world, I can't have you walking around with empty pockets. That's embarrassing.
Ah, darn it. And Betty slides back the $1,000 to you.
So you keep it. It's kind of like, do I need to buy you a wallet like David? You got a place to put it? Because it smells
yeah.
like spaghetti.
I was hoping there would be an organ in here to help Janet.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that too. But, one problem at a time. How about
Well,
this,
I'm sure
Elspeth?
I can find something like that for you if you want me to.
And Betty kind of starts turning like she's going to go do that.
Yeah. No. I have a supplier for that, please. And if anybody's gonna remove the organs, it'll be me. Nobody does Janet's dirty work but her.
Well, I wouldn't consider that true.
Speaking of, we should probably have a conversation here.
Isn't
Elspeth.
that what we're already doing?
Right. But more about that stepping up in the world. While you was smoozing and boozing last night,
You point, like, I'm assuming you're gesturing to Elspeth.
yeah, we David made a decision about how to move forward because he told
Elspeth, did Elspeth know about you went there because he wanted to meet April, but that's
April.
it, right?
and
Yeah.
you knew that was the first step, and you knew that we had at least reached out to my sire, but no decision had been made on that matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, not to interrupt. I
no,
was just trying
you're
to get
good.
a
No,
clearer
that's
picture.
important. Janet, so David, he spoke to the harpy, and well, he spilled
Oh,
the
they
beans.
contacted Fiorenza, and she's going to help us. So
Okay.
it's we're all in the cooker now.
Yes, Fiorenza is going to help us, but I think we need to talk about the bottom line of that contract because you're in on it now too. It doesn't just affect me.
Before we moved, is that the first time you're hearing the name Fiorenza? As
No,
Elspeth?
she
No?
heard it
Okay.
when I presented it to my sire. Because remember,
Okay.
David and Elspeth came to witness that extravaganza.
Yeah, that was.
So,
Yeah.
David's taken some personal time. But because he came clean to the harpy, we have to go to court, or at least he does. I don't know about all of yous. I'm not a lawyer. And
I can pretend to be one.
well, honey, I could pay one, but that's not the way David wanted to see this play out. And so I took a phone call with Fiorenza, and we are officially fully indebted to her for the rest of our eternal lives.
Okay. So she's our representation for all intents and
She
purposes
is
here.
going to assure that no matter what happens in that courtroom, David comes out not in Tremere hands. After that,
Okay, good.
I can't honestly say what's next.
Well,
She's coming to the city, which should ruffle some feathers. And as soon as David is no longer Tremere property, I have a feeling we're going to make some serious enemies. So thus getting ducks in rows.
I see. Okay, that
Yeah.
explains why you're getting all of this quarry stuff ready. Well, the most important part of this is that David is not going into the hands of the Tremere. So that
He is not.
That-
But we are going into somebody's
Well,
hands.
he might eventually. We don't know.
That's
that being
reassuring.
Now, that being said, we have convinced Betty and Leon to stay on the outside of the coterie situation so that we have a couple people not in the pockets of, very powerful and potentially dangerous kindred.
That's probably for the best. Whatever David is involved in, I am involved in. Whatever he's responsible for, I am responsible for. I'm not his sire, but I am his protector. So
Is
it's
that what
good
we
that
see? Is Janet just
Very
giving
cute.
her
That's
the
so
eyes?
cute.
just like just like pledges she put their hand on her heart.
Yeah.
Oh, too
Weirdly,
bad
she
your
snapped into duty mode.
Yes.
too bad your sword won't protect him.
Well,
Um
but yeah, that's
okay,
that's the
well,
long and short of it. So I have some serious errands to run tonight, not only in terms of organ pickup, but I I have to do some personal things.
personal things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to elaborate on these personal
Not
things? Do you need
particularly, but I
some
know you're not going to leave
assistance?
me alone until I do. I don't think it's a good idea for me to have a lot of connections to people from my past life as I say move in fully to my other one. So I need to go see my boys and
Oh,
probably put some money down at the hospital to assure,
I see. This is part of the getting the ducks in a row
Yeah,
type thing.
precisely. Thank you, Elspeth.
Should
Ducks
I
row.
do something too to protect? I mean, do you think the Nightshade and Bloom will be okay?
I suspect they'll be just fine.
Okay.
Uh,
Should I protect like my grandmother? And I don't know. This sounds like it could like get
You're
real.
about to make enemies of the Tremere. My suggestion
Yeah.
is that you and your grandmother share a last name.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna want to do something about that.
Oh boy. Okay. Um. All right. You're the mob queen. So what things like do you do to protect the people you care about? Should I relocate my grandmother or something?
Relocate her? No, honey. Change your name. Take on a mask. Change her name. Or, we could pay a couple people, have them go into the system, say she's dead. But if she's on government assistance or something, she won't continue getting the checks. So
Janet, you would know the easiest thing isn't to have her die, but to have Elspeth die.
that's what I mean. You
Oh,
could
yeah,
die.
yeah.
You could
And not-
totally
but that-
die. Your grandmother would think that you're dead, and we could change your name.
I don't know if I can do that.
You've already died once.
But I don't if I died, that would break her heart. And I don't know what would happen after that. So I don't want to do that.
Okay. Well, then, you could get a bodyguard. But I'm just telling you, the Tremere turn her inside out if they find out she means something to you.
You think $1,000 will cover a bodyguard? She's like,
Yeah, for a night. Why don't you get her like a home security system or like a dog?
Okay, I'll think of some. I'll brainstorm some ideas, and this is good that you're bringing this up now, Janet, because we should probably get.
But
should
I
probably-
also want to go see my boys because they have been looking into that bullet, the one who shot Roman's sister or whatever,
Yes.
from the same gun that shot your friend Mutt. So our hope is if we can figure out the gun, we might be able to figure out a buyer and track it through, the system.
Well,
Okay.
if you can get your hands on the gun, I might be able to work some magic too.
So, sorry, just rewind a little bit here to this gangrel, Cade Sable. Does anybody know him? Has anybody heard anything about
A
this?
gangrel? No.
Well, I do know he does a good punch,
Okay.
Oh, right, his Fight Club.
Right, Fight Club. Well, this actually
and he
good.
didn't show up for his match,
Did
which we know
anybody seem to
why.
be missing him?
They
weren't
were.
there yet.
There wasn't tears or anything like that, but people were aware that he didn't show up.
And you'd probably need to spend more time in the Fight Club and get to know other people to know who was close with Cade anyway. You were only there for like a night.
Okay, but we do have a name.
The name is good, especially if and we have the name and we have a potential fetter. So that's
yeah.
good if we want to try to talk to him now that he's dead.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds fun.
Yes. So okay, I will write this in my notebook and we'll make a note of that. Is there anything
Well,
else?
when can we talk to them?
That's a good question. I'm trying to remember what item we had. It was the necklace.
His
Coin and
necklace, yeah.
Betty
necklace.
has the
Yeah.
coin. Yep.
Yeah, the necklace
Well, I
I
don't
think
have
was
the coin
the fetter.
anymore.
Oh, that's right, because you turned it in at the door.
Necklace, fetter. We could talk to him possibly now.
Okay, I had a thought. Now, don't hate me for saying this. Every time you've attempted this little communing with the dead feta business, it doesn't really come to fruition the way you expect. So, I was thinking.
I'm learning.
Well, and I'm here too. I can help.
The only way to get better is if I keep trying.
And I don't disagree with you, but it's my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong since you've got the witchy vibes, but like witches and stuff, they find locations and they build altars and they do all of these things to amp up.
Yes, I usually find a place where the veil is thinner.
Which is not here at the quarry. So I think what I'm saying is we should load up in the car and go find you like a
like a graveyard or something.
Yeah, an energy source, a place where you can suck up that otherworldly energy and then and maybe boost and beef your.
Where did you find this necklace?
David brought it after he killed the gangrel.
Oh, yes, he was in the forest somewhere, right? Where was that at?
I don't know.
Forests are dangerous. They're lupine territory.
Yeah, somewhere in lupine territory. But old Magpie, I say loud enough so he knows I'm talking about him. Magpie had mentioned that he had an ex-girlfriend who was a witch.
Yeah,
and she tended to shop at little witchy type stores and bits and bobs here in Boston. I was thinking maybe we find a shop, or a graveyard. That's another great. I like that. That's also good. What do you
feel
think?
like a shop would be a strange place to do something like this. What if someone sees us?
I can handle that. I'm more interested in where maybe Elspeth thinks might be an ideal mojo spot instead of this damp quarry.
I haven't even checked if the veil is thin here.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to even remember where I did it with Roman, where we were.
He brought you to the grave where
to her grave.
Sister was buried.
Yeah.
Now, I did consider taking the dot for the quarry that it runs through a ley line. Like whatever that addition, but I haven't bought it yet because that wasn't really, which would help you with these occulty businesses. But
yeah, I should probably find a place that would be good, but we do have all of the ingredients needed for this ceremony. So if we did want to learn more and try to talk to this Cade.
Do we have a last name?
Sable.
Yes, that is what I said.
I missed his last name.
We might, but I don't know if we want David to be there since he's the one who,
Nope. No. David is getting himself together. I don't want anybody to bother him. He's having a little bit of a time.
Okay.
We could do it without David, and then we just report back to him. We'll just tell him what we found out. And you know what? Then we also have the option to not tell him, depending on what we found out.
True. Might upset him. Okay. So, all right. That is a plan of action. You have errands to run.
We could all load up in the car. We could put the cart in the back. We could go find a graveyard. I mean, it's Boston. There have been dead people here for 200 years.
Yes. That sounds like a good idea.
And,
By the way, Janet, have you talked to the Venture Primogen much?
You've maybe had passing words with him.
Beryl
I
Underwood, the old man?
by conversation, do you
Please
mean
specify.
like an interrogation session? Yeah, I had to spend quite a bit of time in his general vicinity when I was
I
under my
have questions for him.
tenure. But why do you ask?
Because he had a he came to my table last night
Did he
and chatted.
interrogate you? He's good at that.
Yeah, he did.
What did you tell him?
I knew he had something to do with it.
He was asking a lot of questions about what it's like to be a Hekata, and he asked me about our coterie and if I hang out with you guys all the time. And I said, yeah, we basically hang out every night. And he's like, how are you like Boston? Are you from Boston? Did you grow up in Boston? Have you ever been outside of
Oh,
Boston?
he's not
Oh, he
asking
just
those things for
profiled you
nothing.
so hard. Okay, let me tell you a little something. Just for future use. If you have a conversation with the Ventru, they are either profiling you or they want something. More than likely, it's both. So if he, sits down in a booth with you
now.
again next time, maybe don't give him everything.
Hashtag not all Ventru.
Well, what was I supposed to do?
Be polite. Skirt the question. Did you ask him anything? As Betty said, I got questions.
Oh, I have so many questions for him.
No, he caught me off guard. I was ready to leave, and then he gave me another drink, and I thought it was polite to say,
Oh God, like
to
a
stay.
bad date at a bar. Just trying to go home, and he's like, "You want another?" Okay, how about Well, Elspeth, I'm proud of you. For making a friend, because now you can say
I
you
did
know
want
him.
to.
You should talk regularly. Why would he be interested in the Hakata?
Well,
Because of the
all I
box.
know is you got to go back there.
Because of the box.
Elspeth.
What was he asking about specifically?
He asked if I made any mistakes. That was kind of weird. Or just in general, if Hekata make mistakes often.
No, he's like, what are mistakes like when you're doing your Hakata thing? What does a mistake look like?
Yeah, he asked that. I just I thought maybe he was like interested. Usually when people come to be like Roman, they ask like, can you do this thing for me? Can you talk to the dead for me? I have a friend I want to talk to. So
Information's way more powerful than favors, honey. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Mm.
I have a theory. The box that Betty and Leon got from the docks and delivered was picked up by Beryl Underwood's ghoul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now here he is blocking you into a corner booth to ask you questions about Hakata fuck-ups. Now, we already had a running theory that the other box that we were actually there to get, not the one David walked out of, could have been similar size, shape, and potentially held an aligning object, such as David, inside of it, right? What if he got the fuck up?
Whoa.
What if inside of his box was maybe
some
version 1 and David's, it's like a alpha beta type situation.
Oh.
And he's all interested to know why his little, sexy naked statue didn't wake up.
That's a good...
He wants to know what a Hakata fuck up is because he bought the wrong box, right? He got the dud.
That
Was the box that we delivered, was it the same, a human sized as well?
Yep.
Yes.
It was,
Was it heavy? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
There was definitely a body in that box.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wanted to look in that box so bad.
I wonder what kind of... I'm now even curious what that fuck up might look like.
Because,
maybe it was
they
flesh
came
golem.
On the same
I told you we
shipment.
should have opened that box next time.
Does like Elspeth almost come to life? Not like she's not
Yeah.
like, paying attention, but the fact that you're talking about like...
I want you guys to know that I talk to ghosts, but there's another side of my
Oh,
clan
me too.
that is more like reanimating the dead, and that is so cool to me.
That's why your sire sent you with the Heartstone, as I'm calling it.
Yes, reanimating the dead.
And David
Wait,
got
so
the
did
heart,
you
and the other
reanimate
box
David?
did not.
That's a dream. But
I love it when our camera almost like pans to Elspeth when she said that, and there's a wistful playfulness that like I'm assuming is on her face. She's like lost in the potentiality of what it could be.
What could that have been? And what did he get? I should have asked him about what he got. Well,
No, because
he
then
did.
you would have. No, because then you would have outed yourself to him as having been there at the docks. Remember?
Let her ask that.
Oh,
Let her ask that question.
No. More information. No, that's not. No.
Well, he did say I could always, if I see him again, we can have more conversation.
You know what you and I need to do one day? You like to learn, right?
I do.
Okay, we ought to sit down in my jail cell, and I ought to put you through a proper mob interrogation, sans the violence, and show you
Ooh, I want to
how
watch that.
Okay, how to get information out of people without actually giving them any, because that is what Beryl Underwood did to you publicly in the club, hon.
That seems really difficult.
Oh, while you're at that, Janet, you may want to teach Leon about aliases.
What has he done now?
Well, he used one in the same place and then another in the same place.
Well, that's not an alias.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, that's a problem for another day, his online footprint. Okay, I'm just out here tossing out thoughts, but to hear that Beryl Underwood was questioning you about the Hakata makes me think one or two things. Either he is interested as to why, his toy didn't turn on when he got his box, or two, he's making some kind of power play trying to get either the Hakata on his side or to get rid of them. My guess is still the first.
Very interesting.
Oh, I bet. You know who that gangrel is? Your little motorcycle cutie.
Oh,
He might.
motorcycle cutie.
Oh, have you not heard? Elspeth likes to ride on the
Oh.
back of Roman's bike.
Oh, right. You did tell me about this. It didn't seem as important.
Yeah, I told you it. Yeah. But I'm just thinking, he might. He's a Bruja, which is about as close to a gangrel as you can get on 95% accounts. So,
Yeah, well, if he doesn't roll with the Camarilla, then he probably rolls with the Anarchs. So, oh, right. Technically, Roman isn't an Anarch.
Yeah, he's just good. He's good in
it's
with
all
the
a
Anarch.
messy Venn diagram. I don't care who he aligns with. I just want to know if he knows who this
he might. I can ask.
Cade Sable is.
Sable, the Fight Club.
Sounds like a fucking action hero. Who names their kid Cade?
That sounds like an
Cade
action hero.
Sable.
Leave God's imagination alone.
Yes, Fight Clubs, that whole scene seems like his vibe, so I can ask.
Well, I gotta make a phone call, and then we'll go find you a graveyard or something to start.
Yay.
There's a list of things that need to get done. So as the coterie briefly scatters to prepare their knights for the meetings that need to take place and some little trips they're about to take, we will fade to black and take a break. We'll be back.
Good, perfect. I have to
in a few
hang on,
minutes.
I'm in charge of stream today.
yeah.
Hold tight, everybody. All right, we'll be back after our break.
Welcome back from break, everybody. We're just going to jump right back into the show. I hope you guys enjoyed your break, got your drinks and all that stuff.
Poor Michael, subject to listening
Yeah,
to
we had to have a girl. We had a major girls conversation. He should be used to it by now for Girls' Days on this channel.
Gross. I can't handle it. I'm gonna
He's so
throw up. No, we'll just jump back into the scene. The question I have actually is, I should ask right before we went live. Where was Janet walking off to go do? Was she just kind of like
she
prepping?
Feels like knowing
Her
what needs to be done with
kids,
her
right?
her sons. She
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to call him for a meetup, but two, she probably needs to call the family, right? Because basically what she's gonna need to call the mob and say, I got to meet with whoever to solidify this. Is there like so she just makes a phone call.
A call is done. It takes place. The meeting is where it's mostly set up. Do you want your boys coming to the quarry first? Like, are you gonna go have them come to see you first? Do you want to do a scene with them prior to the meeting, or do you just want to meet up
I
with
probably
them
needed
at
to
the
give them a
meeting?
heads up because they're working opposite I'm gonna need to meet up with them probably somewhere. So I need to make a call. We can go to the graveyard, and then wherever we choose to meet up, maybe we'll meet up in front of the old house or something. Like,
So you're gonna drop us off and then you're gonna go?
no, I'm gonna stick with y'all. I'm not
Oh,
leaving you
okay.
alone in a graveyard. The two of you, hell no. I'm gonna stay.
Come on, we're fine.
And I'll watch. I'll be security while y'all do whatever you do, and then y'all can load up. I don't mind them following me. They just may not be privy to the conversation itself.
Okay. So do you want to go then? So we're going to go to the graveyard first, and the meeting will end up being. You could get the meeting for this evening.
That would be the goal. Is like they have to meet up with me by midnight or something at a designated location.
Yeah.
Were you meeting up? Were you doing your mom thing too, or just only
That's
the
what
kids?
we're talking about.
Oh, both. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
The hospital is a phone call. Dump the money until she dies. She is taken care of, and I want her name basically wiped from.
There's basically a contact you have that's slightly in the higher ups that allows to kind of like.
Yep. That was
your
the deal when I got
paperwork.
married. He paid for the hospital wing of that coma
Yep.
ward so that Janet could call up and be like, take her name off the door. I don't want people to be able to find her. She is safe until life is complete.
As best you can.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also just a phone call. So a couple phone calls.
For the mob, they're gonna end up setting up a meeting in a little back office in a club on the north end. Nothing special at all. They can be, if you're open for tonight, then tonight.
Yep,
They'd rather get it done tonight. So would you rather do that first, or would you rather go to the graveyard first?
Well, if it's north end, I imagine we need to hit the graveyard first and then go handle the boys.
So as the three of you get together, the plan is to go to a graveyard and attempt to reach out to the gangrel, really is what you're looking out to do here. Now, there's obviously local graveyards and whatnot.
I want an old one. I want one that's piped full of all that dead energy, you know?
For your purposes particularly, Elspeth, let's see. I wanted to...
Also, so what skill or what are you thinking you're going to use, Tracy, for
I am using I'm probably going to do like, obviously I'm going to summon the spirit. I'm going to do an oblivion ceremony.
Okay.
Maybe
to
multiple.
summon and possibly host it.
Do you have that ability?
I do.
You've taken it?
Yes, I do have the ability to host.
And you've never done it before.
I've never done it before.
And you've not been trained how to do it.
And I've not been trained how to do it.
Thus, Janet saying, let's go to place to help.
Literally, what I would say is like 90 to 95% of any disciplines you have to be trained to do. Like, you have to be taught to do it. However, host spirit is one I can absolutely see you doing or attempting to do without any training needed. I would say at great risk, but at risk of just being unlearned in the area. So the big thing you're looking for is a place where the shroud is thin, or at least present. Most of the graveyards you're going to find will be considered thin. Not frayed or absent entirely, but thin, which gives you a -1 difficulty on oblivion rolls all told. A thin place is where death recently took place. Melancholic mortals often pass through this place, aka a fucking graveyard.
Yes.
If that's where you're going, then yes, almost all graveyards will give you, even if Janet's like, let's go to the oldest of the oldest.
The haunted one in the neighborhood.
I want the haunted one and the spookiest one. Majority of the time they're all going to feel relatively the same, unless I'd say, Elspeth would know this. Because the next step up is a frayed veil, which gives you bigger bonuses. And any place where the veil is frayed, where there's like a lot of death happened more recently, isn't super common, and most necromancers like yourselves will often set up a place around that area to do ceremonies. They're often sanctified or used in more proper rituals. You don't know of any places like that off the top of your head, though you've been to a couple with your sire. They're not there anymore. So I guess to give you the nerdy actually glasses answer to when Janet's like, let's go to the spookiest one, that's not how it works. And if you care to explain it, feel free.
Doesn't.
I would explain that really, like, sure, graveyards usually are good, but if we really want like a good spot, a hot spot, it has to be somewhere where deaths take place. And to be honest, where he died sometimes can be a good place because, well, that's really
You
like
want to
it's
go to
not a
Lupine
common.
territory and set up shop?
Not really.
Well, honey, if you want where death takes place, I'll just take you to the mob hideout. I got to
That's
pick
what
up
I was.
bodies anyway.
I was thinking like a place where people die a lot, like yes, like a mob hideout or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
imagine this like back room of this club is also a place where they like interrogate people and like hold them and like off them, right, Mathis?
Yeah, if that's what you're thinking, like
Where a lot of death takes place, the back room of a mob hideout.
yeah, like a mob hideout or something along those lines for sure. Like yeah, where there's like an execution room might be one.
Yes,
where
what I
it's
was
pretty
thinking, the cleanup
frayed.
room, and I was needing to pick up a fresh body anyways, so well, if that's the case, and I don't have to get my Louis Vuittons dirty in the fucking graveyard, I'll just take you to the back room of the mob hideout.
That we could at least. It's worth
Two birds, one
investigating.
stone. I can say that because David's not here.
I would say you probably know though, like the mob might not let back any schlubs like just like Betty the homeless lady and Elspeth the girl, no matter how like much sway you have. That's like a lot of eyes on things the mob might not want them to see.
Do I know if there's been like a shootout recently or like one of those like territorial where people died on like a street or an alleyway, like some, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could find places where like maybe some ODs have happened. The issue then there is it's a little bit public, and whatever she's going to be doing for
all right, we're going to the graveyard, and I hold a hard left. I'm like, I'm done talking about it. I know exactly what one's at. If you say it doesn't matter because dead people be dead people, then I'll just pick one.
Yeah. And it helps. It helps. So this is fine. It should be fine.
I do have one in mind, Mathis. I shall message you.
Okay.
Because this will be fun. But yeah, Janet will take us to cemetery.
Is it on Zoom or
I'm gonna
Discord?
send it to you on Discord.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah. So then Janet's the one driving, obviously, and you spend probably like 45 minutes in the car having to drive. It's early in the evening, there's still traffic, all that good stuff. But Janet, would you make any, would you
Nope.
point it? No? Would you
No.
even go anywhere near? Yeah. Now would you go near it?
Let's see how I feel when I get there, because she may not have visited this place in 10 years or 15 years, you know?
While your car is rolling up to the gates of this place, why don't you describe what the cemetery looks like, since I imagine Janet's familiar with it.
Yeah, I guess in my mind's eye, it's probably, if it's Boston, you've got like the wrought iron, like around the outside, so we're gonna have to walk through some kind of gate,
like old stone walls,
right?
Yeah.
And so, like most cemeteries, especially old ones like this place, they start at the back, right? And so, like the oldest ones are gonna be in the back of the cemetery. Actually, no, that's the other way around. They start in the front, so the oldest ones will be in the front of the cemetery. So we're walking through really old crypts, and not just headstones, but the angel statues and those kinds of things, the moss, the whole vibe. And then, it will get more current as you go farther back. But I think maybe, what if this is actually just a cemetery where a lot of the mob is buried? Like it's like the family cemetery where we've paid them off. They don't ask questions. No open caskets.
Everything exceptionally well taken care of.
Nobody gets to just come in, because a grave desecration is absolutely a thing when you start talking about family feuds. What they take from that visually is up to them. I'm not going to be like, welcome to the mob cemetery of Boston. But yeah.
I've never been to this one before.
Good. That's kind of the point.
Oh. Well.
Lead the way.
Okay. Yeah, let's just find a secluded spot, and I will get to business.
Over there, under that tree. I know it well.
Looks suspiciously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can Betty do like sense the unseen and see if there's any spirits kind of like lingering about?
You can use sense the unseen.
Okay.
It's a free power. Go ahead and give me a wits awareness.
I think it's Auspex Resolve.
Auspex Resolve, then that one works.
2.
2. While you don't see anything physically, like physics, like you don't see any silhouettes or any bodies cast in shadow, you are consistently feeling like you're being watched. You have the feeling of something that is probably more normal for Elspeth, kind of where she goes, she carries death with her. But this is that kind of like that tingle of like out of the ordinary, like you have eyes on you.
Oh, I think we're in the right place. I'm feeling like something is watching us. Perfect.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so spooky. Come on. And I'm like probably clopping down some kind of old cobblestone and these fucking 4-inch Louis Vuittons trying to get to this tree with like a bench or something.
Can I sense in the direction in which I'm feeling watched or no?
It's you feel like the direction it is, and you will turn, and then it changes. Every time you never are able to shake or seem to adjust to whatever's looking. It's always just out of sight.
Okay. I didn't know if there was like a certain area pulling.
Oh, it's almost everywhere. Yeah, it almost is everywhere. So as you approach, do you go to just a random grave?
Yes. Yes, I will find a random grave.
Okay, you find one, you walk up to one, it's an older stone, one of the older ones. And it says Eleanor Prescott on it. She died in 1923. It says a beloved wife, devoted mother.
Which means mob wife.
My grandmother.
Exactly correct.
That's my grandmother's name. Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's a little quote at the very underneath it where it says devoted
Perfectly
wife,
fitting.
and it just says she kept the lamp lit.
What was her name?
Her name was Eleanor Prescott.
Eleanor Prescott.
All right. Well, let me first just make sure we have to take all of the necessary steps and precautions. So I will first make sure that this area is in fact thin.
So yep, you're gonna use where the veil thins or whatever it's called. Where the
Yeah.
shroud thins, I'm sorry. It's a rouse check.
Yes, and I succeed.
Thank God.
Bless.
And then you roll resolve. You
Intelligence.
roll wits oblivion.
Um.
It's wits oblivion.
Oh, okay. It says intelligence oblivion on my.
Really?
Yeah. Browse check.
That was still a good roll. 5.
What check? Which is the more updated one? Because the book says wits plus oblivion for
And
where
it's
the shroud thins.
just yours says where the shroud, because this is now where the veil thins.
Mine says where the shroud thins.
So
That's
they've
probably
updated
old.
it for Demi-Plane.
That's crazy. It was that Cult of the Blood Gods.
Yeah, that's Cult of the Blood Gods.
Wow,
No,
that's
we
crazy.
do have the most updated, so they may put errata on Demi-Plane and obviously can't do it in print. So
Yeah, I didn't know they changed that. I mean,
I didn't know they changed that either.
Fine. Whatever
lovely.
it doesn't matter. Roll whatever. You said intelligence. You rolled 5 successes. So
Yeah.
you're looking for a difficulty 3. And here, like I said, it is definitionally thin. A -1 difficulty on your oblivion rolls while you're here.
Great.
so how you
Okay.
feeling? Is the vibe right?
Good vibes. Yes, good vibes.
Well, I'm gonna leave you two to it. I'm gonna make a security loop, and I'll be back.
Oh, someone's watching us, Janet.
Okay, well, I'll go talk to him about it.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Good luck.
She kind of rolls her eyes like that crazy lady's like, her eyes everywhere. And Jenna's like, yeah, okay.
Look, someday Janet's going to understand, just like David does.
But she'll kind of make the quote-unquote security loop, even though she may have her own personal
Of course.
goals in mind.
As we see Janet walk away, our camera still lingers over by the Eleanor Prescott tomb or gravestone while we see Elspeth getting set up. The next thing you want to do is summon spirit, right?
Yes.
Now
The ceremony.
You didn't say this to anybody, I don't think, but you've never seen anyone attempt to summon the soul of a kindred before.
No.
You've never seen anyone try. This is new for you.
Yeah.
So you want to do summon spirit first.
Yeah.
You already have the prerequisite, the binding fetter. There's no ability you need to use with the binding fetter, I'm pretty sure. So this takes, does it say how long this ceremony takes? Let's see. Is it just a few minutes? Or is
Yeah,
it pretty
just
instant?
it just says the ingredients that I need and like the process, which probably only takes a couple of minutes based on what I have to do.
Describe what you do for your process?
Yes. So you see Elspeth gather the necessary ingredients, which she pulls out the fetter, which is the necklace of this gangrel. She needs his name. Generally, it's usually, and she's explaining this to you, Betty, even if you don't care. Generally,
Oh,
it's
Betty
good.
greatly cares. Betty's into it.
Generally, like you do need like it's not good to have like a photo or maybe like a signed document with their name on it, but having their name probably enough at this point.
Betty's gonna like take a stick and start writing their name.
And I also found it takes 5 minutes per level of ceremony. In Summon Spirit's only a level 1, so it's a 5-minute ceremony.
Oh, great. Um, Lovely. So, okay, so that's his name. Hold on, let me just pull up my own notes here to make sure I have his name ready to go.
Cade
Cade
Sable.
Sable.
Mr. Cade Sable. Yes,
Mr.
okay.
Sable.
And we'll just need my vitae. Once I pour my own vitae on the fetter and I summon his name, it should call upon his wraith.
Do I get the
And
vibe like she's never done this before? 'Cause she's
Summon
like talking
Spirit?
through it.
You've done Summon Spirit once, right? You tried?
yes, I did do it once. I
Yeah.
summoned.
The sister. I mean, yeah, the sister.
Yeah. So,
So,
yeah. But I'm still new
first,
to it.
I get the vibe that she has done it before then.
at least this part, she seems at least well studied in. She might
Gotcha.
still seem a little awkward at doing it. She hasn't done it very often, but still. So you place the fetter on the ground. You kind of sit down and you pour your vitae over it. Do you just puncture the palm of your hand? How do you pour? Where does your vitae come from? That's the Rouse check's worth of vitae.
Yes. Yeah, usually just like a little slit, probably on the top of my hand, and then I just pour it onto the necklace.
And does Elspeth say incantations aloud at all when she does this? Is this something she does silently? It's very much up to how Elspeth prefers.
She does silently. She's very focused in until she has to say his name, but she'll just focus in on it.
So your eyes are closed probably for this, as you sit it down, you have your hand over it. Like 5 minutes is not a super long time. You puncture your hand and you pour the vitae over it. And in the meanwhile, off in the distance, we see Janet walking the perimeter. But I imagine it's in a very particular direction. Mm-hmm. Our camera swoops over toward you as she continues her ritual. And what do we see Janet do?
Well, once I feel like I'm far enough away from them where they
Oh, yeah.
actually believe I'm going on a security run, we do see Janet actually walk up on a a pair of well, I'm gonna say well kept or at least nice graves, and then you can see that there is obviously, as most humans do, a third plot that is unfilled. But in the middle is her husband, his first wife to his right.
Oh.
She died.
We see his name on the gravestone.
Yeah,
Does
we
it
see
have
his
any...
name, we see her name, and you can see that she died probably 10 years or 15 years before he did, which is right when he got married to Janet. So she had an earlier death. Yeah, we kind of see his grave, and yeah. She probably just stands there kind of looking at the two, plus the empty plot that she'll never fill, right? And then, of course, there would be two more for his sons later on because it's a family plot. But we just kind of see her standing there glaring over these two headstones.
Our camera is probably like a bit pulled back from behind the headstone, looking more up as Janet's looking more imposingly down toward the headstone. It's dark. There are clouds passing over the moon when it happened. Maybe a brief gust of wind kind of brushes through. And as you're staring at his gravestone, obviously it's his name and year of birth and death, but does it say anything underneath it like beloved husband, God-fearing man, or does it say...
if Janet got to choose one on the headstone, probably not. It probably says beloved father, not
Beloved
husband.
father. Sure.
Like beloved father, family man, because family would mean the mob, right? So
Yep.
family man, and there's probably some kind of like, may you rest in peace. Some very generic, was not planned, thought out, or cared about.
Yes.
The wife, on the other hand, his first wife, she's got the whole like, may the angels lift you into the clouds ever and beyond type flowery vibes, because he would have put that on hers. and she was the first wife. So,
And as she stands there silently, and like I said, we see you looking down on the headstone, and the wind kicks up. We hear the rustling in the branches of the trees and some bushes. There's a beat of silence or two. Does Janet say anything?
Probably under her breath. She says something to the wife's grave. And then she turns, and there's probably a large pause, and she will say something to his grave.
Anything we hear, or do you keep that?
I was about to say, with the rustling of the leaves in the wind.
Yeah, we see it. You see her mouth
see
something
her say
briefly.
it.
But as the branches rustle, the sound gets muted, and our camera cuts to the branches, so we don't even see the words at her mouth. Only that she begins to say something. And as the wind dies down a little bit, we cut back over to Elspeth and Betty. Elspeth, as you say his name and your eyes open, Betty, you would see, and you've seen this maybe once or twice already before, but the Elspeth's eyes have a gray, murky substance that seems to be a film over her iris and her pupil. You can still see the eye underneath it, but there's a consistent swirling gray murkiness that sits over both eyes. And while she looks up, she looks past you. She looks beyond the mortal realm in reality, because as we shift into Elspeth's point of view, much like last time,
Betty's clapping.
Betty's clapping, and you can hear her clapping, but it's really not where your focus is.
Not loudly. She's just like
yeah.
excitedly, like, ooh, it's working.
Much like last time, it's as though while the color has not changed, the world is still as vibrant as it was. There is this invisible veil that you can now see definition of. Every once in a while to your left, you see what seems like 5 fingerprints pressing into the cloth fabric that seems to make up reality while you sit in this state, reaching for you for a moment and just getting within inches before pulling back, and that veil kind of becomes flat again. Another moment after that, you see 2 faces above and to your bottom right, both peering and pressing themselves up against the veil of reality, tilting their heads. One of them opens their mouths almost to scream at you. You see a furrowed brow and an angry face, while the other one just seems to regard you before pulling back into the veil, and it becomes a flat mesh again, looking like a 3-dimensional, like your normal 3-dimensional reality. You know you've at least there's the role. You've done the ceremony. Now what I need from you is the actual Oblivion ceremony roll for this first one, which is, I just closed it. Here it is. Oblivion.
And
there it is.
The difficulty gets -1 for this.
Yes. Yeah, so normally the difficulty would be ceremony level, which is 1, +1, which is 2, but you're going to have -1 for it because of the whatever. So it's technically difficulty 1, and you're going to be rolling me a Resolve Oblivion test.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm adding a...
Well, I was like, easy peasy. I get 0 successes. Okay, I'm gonna willpower reroll that.
Yeah, willpower reroll.
my
This is
Lord.
why, guys, nothing is certain. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Oh, where's the reroll? There it is. Select dice to reroll. 1, 2, 3. Roll. Okay.
It rolled way more than 3.
Why does it do that? Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm just gonna do a custom roll of 3. Okay.
One success.
Lord. Okay.
Can we group ritual?
As you open your eyes and you see these, like I said, these figures, these wisps of what were once considered life pressing into your reality from somewhere beyond, you feel certain that something has arrived. It seems to be the individual you were calling for, Cade Sable, the superhero. And there is an impression that while you may not be able to physically see them, there is a similar energy that comes from the fetter that you seem to feel from this spirit, at least for now. Now, with summon spirit, can you do anything with them here, or can you communicate with them?
So I think possibly yes. According to this, the summon wraith is under no obligation to serve the vampire.
Yeah.
Um, alter-
Yeah, they could be grateful. Something this way do not manifest. Yeah, they don't manifest physically. There's just a feeling of it, maybe like quivering shadows and so on. So you can communicate with them.
Wraiths speak the same language as they did in life, unless gone to. Okay, yeah, that always confused me because it's like it doesn't. It seems like yes, you can communicate with them, but
And while you have a bit more of a obviously supernatural experience with how this feels, seeing things pressing against the veil of reality itself, every so often, Betty, you feel like you might see a shadow out of the corner of your eye move, and when you look, there's nothing there. Doesn't happen super often, but it does seem to only be happening while Elspeth is doing this.
Does it feel like it's far enough along where if I try to sense the unseen, I might see something now?
We'll say your sense the unseen is constantly on,
Oh,
and we'll
okay.
leave it on, and maybe that's why you're actually picking up on a shadow out of the corner of your eye every so often.
Gotcha. Okay.
Elspeth, your next step is up to you. Do you wish to communicate with them? Or are you looking to move right into, without any, like, just right into host spirit?
I will try to communicate with them first.
So, when you feel the presence is here, what do you say?
Cade, Sable, we're here to ask some questions. We know you were taken from this world prematurely, and it's unfair. And we want to try to help. I ask that you would be cooperative in this as we want to help you. Please know that. And she tries to just be polite and like let the wraith know like, hey, we're trying to help.
Yeah.
And see if that does anything.
Here, let's see if this works. This might, hopefully this fuck it up. But you'll hear a response. Only you hear it, of course, spoken through the veil, but you would hear the voice simply respond, and let's hope it doesn't sound like ass with this. Cade is here. Oh, it's like not nearly as reverby. There we go.
Yeah.
It would just be like, Cade is here.
Okay. Crap. We didn't think this far ahead. Betty, I'm sure you have questions, right?
Oh, are you hearing something in your head? I like to hear voices sometimes. It feels comforting.
Yes. Cade is here. I tell.
You just say that kind of out loud.
Oh, well, hello, dear Cade. Mind helping us know what happened to you?
Cade, we want to know who you are. Who were you in your life as a kindred? What was there somebody out to get you? Was there somebody out to kill you? We want to seek vengeance.
There is a beat or two when you ask that. And then the most simple of answer. Yes.
All right. All right, Cade. I have a proposition.
Well, what did he say?
He said yes.
Oh, helpful.
Yeah. Okay.
Might you tell us more details? Otherwise, we cannot help you, sir.
What do you? Yeah, dude. Unfortunately, only
I know.
Elspeth can
Betty's
speak.
just gonna say shit.
Hold on. I'm just reading Host Spirit really quick because
Sure, let me open it.
have a crazy idea.
Of course you do.
And I think, and if I'm not mistaken, a spirit can host for like an entire evening.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm potentially considering proposing to Cade that he can take my body for the evening.
Oh my gosh.
And take us to where the
This
people.
says it then enters a vampire's body and can remain for a number of scenes equal to the successes rolled on the Oblivion ceremony roll. So yeah, it could be the rest of the night if you roll really, really well.
Okay. I was thinking he might be
Do
able
it.
to like take us to like his home
He's
or
gonna take you
like
wherever he wants to go, which
Well,
sounds fun.
It sounds like you probably should ask it a question or two first. Like,
Dot's like, no.
You're like,
I'm
well,
like, this
where-
sounds great.
you left, Janet. This
Follow
is-
the
you
gangrel.
can- yeah.
Possessing you nonetheless. Well, Lord.
So, so okay. Cade. Okay, so you're saying somebody was out. I'm trying to remember what I even said yes to the question that I
You said,
asked.
who were you? Was there someone out to get you?
Yeah, he said
Was-
yes.
Yeah.
Would you be interested, Cade? We would like to know more. Do you know? Can you tell us anything more of who it was that wanted to kill you?
And so there's a pause. And is there a moment, can I say, before we get into this, is there a moment where Elspeth really does like contemplate just jumping to host a spirit?
She does contemplate it, but doesn't jump right away to this next
Well,
step.
you didn't roll very high, so Mathis is probably plotting something here.
Well, I was just thinking, that's all.
No, no, she does want to, ask you, but her worry is that sometimes they can get a little frustrated and like, I don't want to piss this wraith off too much if I like asking too many questions, and then he gets pissed and then he like goes away.
It's like, I said yes, lady.
Yeah, so she may like. I'm gonna ask another question or two, but if I notice the wraith getting more irritated, then she might jump the gun.
Okay, nope, definitely don't feel irritation.
Okay.
And your question was, I'm sorry, I know you asked it. It was, what happened? Who killed? Can you tell us more about the person who killed you?
Yes. I'm interested in this person who killed, or I'm interested in who might have wanted you dead.
There's another pause. Maybe it's hard to know as Elspeth is still so new to this, but you don't remember the pauses often being this long when asking a spirit a question. There seems to be a bit of a few seconds of buffering, I guess is an interesting way of putting it. Before you hear the same voice again say, beep. Okay, voice say again.
He's swearing. He's saying nasty words.
Yeah, okay, so he says,
Cade. Yes. Yes, Cade, you asked me something. The guy who died. I didn't know him. Right?
No, you probably didn't know him, but maybe he was somebody.
there's another beat before the voice responds again.
Cade saw fear in his eyes.
I think that somebody who killed you wasn't there to kill you on his own behalf. Somebody else wanted you dead.
He was scared.
Yes.
When it started, he was scared. I could smell it. The beast smelled it on him. You know how that is. I remember thinking, good. He should be scared.
Where you I'm trying to think the right questions to ask here.
You're
That
good. It's not like D&D where you have 6 questions. Thanks. You're
yeah,
like,
God, that's like always that's so yeah. It's like you don't want. I think my brain is thinking like that. Like he's gonna suddenly
who wanted
vanish.
to kill him in it? Like he would know want to kill him. May not recognize David, but you know.
It seems like you're asking the same question over and over again, dear Elspeth. Maybe try a different angle. He won't remember who it was. It was someone else in doing someone else's dirty work.
Yes. Cade, w- w- do you have a coterie or friends?
A coterie or friends. Again, there's another beat, another moment before his voice would come back and say,
Some would call it that. Cade had people. Coterie not in the way you mean.
Mm,
he lets it linger there.
okay. I relay this to Betty. He it doesn't seem like he had like an actual coterie. He had people. Maybe this is people from his fight club. Is this people from your fight club, Cade?
Cade was the only one who fought.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Cade, I really want to try to help you and find out what the motive is for this person that killed you. Who are your enemies?
Interesting question that doesn't actually get an answer for a moment. Longer than most. Do you let it go?
If he doesn't reply,
How long are you willing to wait for a reply?
I'll wait a minute or two.
Okay, long enough, I'll say. Before there's, after maybe say a minute, a response.
That is a clean word for it. I like that. Enemies. I had people who did not like me. Not the same thing. Most didn't like Cade. Took up space they wanted. Too big in the room. Too hard to stand up to.
Hmm.
Territory. A girl. A patch of woods. Hatred.
A girl?
An enemy.
Who was this? Who was this girl?
A long beat before.
Cade does not know.
Hmm.
If I knew, maybe I could rest.
Okay. That yes, there could be a way to put your spirit to rest.
Oh boy, he's not at rest. Well, that's a problem.
um if we can find out more, Cade, we could put your spirit at peace. I just hmm, I need to find out more.
Oh, we need a lead, Elspeth.
We need a lead. Where you said a patch of woods? Was this the woods? And I would uh identify the location where David was. Is
Uh,
is this the location you're referring to?
there's another moment.
Cade can take you. It's not far. North of the city, off one of old service roads. Cade can take you.
Uh,
Show you the tree. The tree where it happened.
is this the tree where you died?
We could go tonight. Now. The longer we wait, the more I fade. I can feel myself fading, neonate.
I don't know if the way.
Rude. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I don't know if going to where he died will really give us anything.
There might be a clue there that we're not aware of.
Are you thinking that, like, are you saying that out loud, or is that more like an internal?
I would let Betty know in case she has any insight on this. I would say he would take us to the tree where he died, but I don't know if that really will help us.
I don't know either, but we could see what's there. He clearly sees this as something important if he wants to take you there.
He's going to be fading soon. I don't have much time.
You
Well,
could always
then.
pull him back again another night. It's not like he's gone forever, in case Elspeth knows how it works.
True.
I don't mind a little venture into the forest, but it has its own dangers.
Elspeth, give me a wits insight check before you make another decision.
Yep. I am not sure what to do. Let's see. Where the hell is insight? There it is. Insight wits.
3. You've spoken to a few spirits in your time. You've also seen and been part of ceremonies where your sire has in the past as well. One thing that doesn't usually happen, and that's not to say it can't happen, but the thing that would stick out as abnormal with this conversation so far is its irregular use of third person.
This is strange.
Yeah, he keeps saying Cade this,
He
Cade
waffles
that.
between I and Cade and I
Yeah.
and Cade. And that usually, and I say usually because I shouldn't say usually. That hasn't happened to you before. And I think it's something else to pick up on with 3 successes with the wits insight. Don't know if that unsettles, like changes anything at all. It is just something that I think Elspeth would take note of. And
That is interesting.
I don't want to do, I'm not saying any bad things are about to happen, but I feel removing context for something your character might understand inherently is different would be bad.
Yeah, Betty's not privy to what you're hearing. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's like a little outward like debate with Betty, he would respond by saying,
Just want to go. To be done. Help me be done.
Help me be done. Help him be done. Help him be done.
Now, out of curiosity, Janet, are you just hanging out by that graveyard the whole time, the gravestone?
I mean, I will finish my loop of security to make sure we're not being watched.
Right, you're not.
but
You're completely
It's going to
safe.
take me 10 minutes or more to walk the loop.
Yep. So there's 5 minutes to do the ceremony, and she's probably been talking for about 5 minutes. So you can arrive at this point, and you
I'll
would
be
see,
kind of walking up.
Yeah, you would see she's got her milky eyes, like that gray substance, and she's kind of looking beyond, and she's talking, and then she's kind of talking. Now, when she's talking to Betty, she feels a little bit more detached than she normally was. Elspeth's, some of her bubbly personality is kind of missing from when she speaks because she's sitting between 2 worlds at the moment.
Yeah.
But she is still able to converse with you. She might just not, she's not really regarding you with her eyes.
I should probably lead. I kind of come up behind by him like, how's it going?
I'm talking to Cade right now.
He wants her to go traveling into the forest.
You mean
To
in
the-
the Lupine territory?
To the tree where it
Yeah,
happened.
no. Tell him a big fat N-O.
He said something about a territory and a girl, apparently.
A territory? And did you just ask him who wanted him dead?
He's
Yes.
he's not.
Well, he doesn't quite know who killed him.
Well, of
Yes,
course, because he
obviously.
didn't recognize, David, because David's,
Yeah.
nobody, but...
He's not being totally transparent about
Yeah,
who
because he's
wants
a
him dead.
ghost.
Okay.
Well, it's true. If he wants peace,
Well-
then we need to know who would have sent them.
Cade, if there's anything else, I promise I'm going to help you and I will be back. But if
Cade will take you tonight.
God.
Help me end it tonight. Before
Oh.
Cade fades. Before I disappear.
Lord, he's about to leave.
Help
Okay.
me.
Bye.
Help me.
He wants help.
Elspeth, help me.
Help with what? Is he being specific? We do not go into contracts unless we have read the entire thing top to bottom, plus
He
the
wants-
footnotes.
He wants me to take him to where it all happened.
Why? Has he told you why?
You've also dealt with spirits where, like, sometimes the thing that closes them, like the loop and sends them on their way, makes no sense. It may just there may be reasons that you can't understand.
This isn't so black and white, okay, Janet? Like, ghosts are not logical like you. Sometimes they're just more esoteric.
Well, I think what Janet is saying is we don't sprint into the woods on a ghost timeline, although I think it might be fun.
That. I side with Betty.
Oh, he really wants help.
Yeah, honey.
Well,
so
we're trying to
we
help
all
him.
do. He could be more specific, and then we'll be happy to help him.
Like I said, we need a lead. Who can we talk to that might know who it was?
Also, why is he so desperate tonight?
I'm sorry, Cade. I will be back for you. I must let you go.
No, 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 no.
Oh, God.
Save me now.
He's gonna
Take
be-
me to the forest now.
He's gonna be angry.
Arnold, is that you?
No, Elspeth, the feeling changes.
Oh boy, he's gonna be an angry
Everything-
ghost.
What?
No, beyond that, Elspeth. It's in this moment, as his panic becomes anger, that you come to a realization. You have not been speaking with Cade.
Oh,
Oh, fine.
And whatever
Yes.
this is demanding that you take it to the forest tonight. You know, you're safe where you are. Unless you do anything else to draw it further, then if
Okay.
you let it sever, there will
Okay.
be no consequences as far as you're aware.
okay. This is not Cade.
Hang up the phone,
Um,
honey. Just hang it up.
Well, who is this?
Oh,
Who
now
are you?
is?
This is like a really good drama movie on one of those boxes.
Who the fuck? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who are you? And what is a girl tree? Oh my gosh. This is not going the way I wanted it to.
You should be used to that right now.
Are you saying that in character or out of character?
She probably says that out loud. All right. I'm not taking to the forest. I'm sorry.
Do you ask, like, who are you? Do you say, I'm not doing it, and
Who
do
are you?
you make it clear you know it's not Cade? Do you say that, like, do you say it out to it?
Yes.
It's screaming in agony and demands cease.
Who
Or-
are you?
For a beat, there is a silence. A long, long beat before
You. Ooh. Too deep. All right, hang on a second.
Oh, you are quick.
Oh, that sounded.
I had 3 more nights of that in me. Easy, you know that? You would have been fun. You cost me something just now. I hope you know that, neonate.
Who are you?
I'm not angry,
It was the neonate.
but you cost me something and I'm noticing it and I'm going to remember what you cost me.
I ask again, and I will ask. Man, I need command spirit. Who are you?
I don't have a who. Maybe once I had one. Long time ago. But I want you to understand that when I say long time, it's not some Toreador dramatic flair. I mean a length of time in your mind that cannot be shaped or held. I am no longer a who. I'm nobody. Not anymore. Cade was a good fit, though.
How did you get here? Were you?
You
How did-
called. I answered.
have you been following me? Or did you just hear the call and you just decided to pick up?
The latter. Don't consider yourself to have such self-importance. Who are you? A nobody.
Yeah. I am nobody.
And Cade was a good fit. He was recent. The recent ones are easier to fit into.
You're some old kindred.
I don't think so.
Um,
You reached
Well?
for somebody who was unreachable, but they still leave a little warmth, like a warm chair to sit in afterward, and I took the seat for a little while, piloted the sparse memories I could grasp onto. You summoned chair warmth, dear girl. Feel proud.
So you must you want something. Everybody across the veil wants something. What is it that you want?
Not such a simple answer, and not such a simple question. Those things are so mortal.
So you're not mortal, you're not kindred.
No. But the Hakata have a word for what I am that they don't use anymore, or at least they don't say out loud.
If you
Using the word.
say out loud, so you're not a kindred, I'm gonna know you ain't talking to Cade anymore.
Yeah.
What do you mean he's not a kindred? Who are you talking to? Hang up that
Janet,
phone right
Janet.
now.
Oh,
As
this
your
is
mother,
getting better.
I am telling you to hang up that phone.
Janet? No. And she like Elspeth speaks up like you've never heard her talk back like that. Like she is like, no.
I look at Betty. I was like, I don't like this anymore. There are things on the other side, not just ghosts. You know
But it's
that.
just getting good.
Mathis, am I able to? Am I able to? I am a smart, book read girl.
I know what you're gonna ask. Don't worry. Let me finish what I'm gonna say first, because there's you cut
Okay,
me
okay,
off mid sentence there.
okay,
You're
okay,
saying
okay.
that Kata have a word for it.
Okay.
They don't use the word anymore, at least not out loud. Using the word out loud is one of those things that gets their attention. One of those things. Maybe not the biggest, maybe not the smallest. Somewhere in the middle. Forgettable.
am trying to decipher this as
And
Tracy.
if you're trying to decipher it, it continues.
Okay.
Is there a role that she could do to?
Play your
Okay.
riddles, little thing.
You wanted to know if Cade was at peace. Cade isn't anywhere. There is no Cade. When your kind die for the last time, you don't go somewhere. You go nowhere. And nowhere is where I live.
Are you like a demon?
Nowhere is
The
hungry.
void.
Hungry in a way you don't have words for.
Oblivion.
I have a mouth now because you gave me one. Where I come from is an appetite with no mouth. Ceaseless and endless. Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. Not now, anyway. Hurting you would be like eating the seed instead of waiting for the tree. Do you understand? Oh, this is fun.
What the hell? I have no idea what this thing is. I don't know. Is it? Can I?
So you can, if you want, make me an intelligence academics check, which I think is what you want to call for right now.
Yeah. Or I have 2 dots in occult also, so it doesn't really matter. My specialties in research. I don't know if that'll help for academics. I am a well-read, learned,
I know
young.
you are.
So I don't know if this helps with whatever. But okay, I'm gonna roll. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. How many?
You can only reroll 2.
Okay.
You only got 2 there.
I'm going for it. Okay. So I got 2 successes.
With 2 successes, the way it's speaking, the closest analogy you can pull out of your studies, and you're not even sure if it's even a good fit, is something maybe demonic in
That's
nature.
what I thought.
Though again, I would not say Elspeth is certain about that, and I would say as the DM, not necessarily. You don't have all the evidence that that's what this is.
Yeah. I'm trying to really think about like this whole Hecata thing that he said. Like that's my biggest clue.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Okay. I hope this isn't like you know what? I'm not going down that route.
If you're sitting there just debating back and forth and all that stuff, it will continue to fucking talk if you give it space.
Yes, I will let it talk, let it yap away. And the more it talks, the more I can.
There's a good chunk of silence, right? Like you're sitting there talking with them, but there's a chunk of silence, and that after a good chunk of silence, it will simply say, "I'll go if you tell me to. I want you to know that."
I don't want you to go.
I am not strong enough yet in you to stay if you push. You haven't hosted me. The summoning is what? A thread? It can be cut and I can be sent back, and I'll go away.
Or we can keep talking.
Or we could keep talking. I want you to know that I do know things about what's under the world, about what happens to your kind when you're done, about the names your clan has been chasing for 600 years and never caught.
I'm interested.
Oh no.
The price for the ones I know is small. And I'm not going to tell you the price right now, because telling you the price would feel like a transaction. And I want you to think about whether you want to ask me before we make one. And you feel a cold shiver run through your already cold, dead body. And for a moment, Janet and Betty, you feel a breeze that seems to emanate from Elspeth herself.
Oh, I don't like this. I'm ready to go. I have
You
this.
see Janet wagging her finger in the air?
No.
It simply says, continuing on, ask me something, neonate. Anything. Free of charge this one time. Consider it an apology for Cade and the sham of a performance I put on. I really did think the disguise would hold longer with you, though. You've impressed me, and I don't impress, and that's worth a question.
I just want to know what or who you are.
I have given you the answer to that already. My notes are getting so full right now.
I know. My episode notes are long.
Well, perhaps we continue this conversation another time.
This does not extend beyond tonight.
What? We could.
The offer is for now.
Don't you want to be?
You have me.
Don't you want to be in this existence a little bit longer? I can help with that. I could put you in a body.
Is that your offer?
The offer is I would like to ask you more questions at some point. You can come to this world, the Skinlands, for a little bit. Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, how wonderful it would be. But the offer for one question is for tonight.
God.
Do you tell the others? You're like, I have one question, or do you keep it to yourself?
I keep it to myself. He won't really give me more details on who or what he is.
then say goodbye. That's like a
Are you
bad
saying that to
date.
yourself or are you saying that
Yeah,
out
you
loud?
just-
She would say that part out loud. I have to ask him one more
Okay,
question.
honey. Well, if he can't commit and he's being mysterious, say no. No is a complete sentence.
We really just need to know someone we can talk to out here. Who knows him?
It was manifested here from when I called. She's just calculating in her head. How did you manifest how did you manifest yourself here?
Do you mean
Obviously,
that, like,
I-
in like as like because you saw like how did you manifest out of the summoning
how did
that I give?
yeah, how did he, because I called upon a spirit of something clearly that couldn't be called upon.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you
So
hear
that's
this
where
call?
you're looking. So yeah, I just want to make sure I'm clarifying. Yeah, you're asking not how are you here. I guess that's the only way the only way you could angle it is like how did you answer
Yeah,
my summon?
yes. What how did you hear it? How did you answer it?
There's a moment where you would maybe interpret the sound you heard in response as maybe a laugh, drier, more ethereal. Is a whole while, by the way, is Janet being like, hang up the phone.
Yeah,
Up
I'm
the
like,
phone."
honey, end it. This is toxic.
It responds to your question. Huh. Now that's the right question. Another beat of silence. That's the question your sire should have made you ask before you ever lit the first candle to make this happen. And I'm going to answer it because I said I would. And because answering it cost me nothing. Could cost you a whole lot more later. Depending on what you do with the answer. See, you think you summoned a wraith. You think the ritual reached out, found the place where dead things live, called Cade's name across the shroud, and that Cade, or something pretending to be Cade, answered. That's the model your little books give you. That's the model your ceremony's built on. And it's a true model, mostly. Most of the time it works exactly like that. I imagine this is the first time for you. It hasn't. And there's a beat, almost like to give you a space to respond in case you wanted to.
I don't. I don't want to know. I'm like, I don't want to know anything about me.
Then it continues. The fetter calls the wraith. The wraith comes, and the necromancer talks to the dead. It's clean, as advertised by the Hecata. But your ceremony had a problem. The thing you were calling for isn't there. Cade isn't a wraith. Cade isn't anywhere. Like I said earlier, when you're kind and you don't go beyond, you go past it, through it, into a place I am from. And the place I'm from doesn't hold what it receives. Cade dissolved. Instantly, the moment the final death took him, whatever he was left in that hollow shell was poured out and now gone, the way a cup of water poured into the ocean is gone. The fetter you used had nothing to do with anything at any point. The call went out. It reached for a thing that didn't exist, and a call that reaches for nothing doesn't just fail. There's always something there to answer. And you opened a cage-shaped hole. Something I was looking for.
Does this place where you're from have a name?
One question was the offer.
So I guess that's it. You're going to go back to your little cage.
That is all.
I'm just saying, my offer stands. If you want to,
What offer?
if you want to continue, if you want to continue
Oh, she offered a body.
to have these conversations.
And I want you to know, and I want you to believe I mean this. that I am not the worst thing that could have come through that door you opened tonight. I am in fact one of the better ones. The next neonate who tries this won't be so lucky. This is why you don't call one of your own after they pass, young one.
Well,
Then-
thanks for the lesson.
Silence. The cold has completely left. You feel the veil withdrawing itself. And whatever this thing was, its presence, now you realize is dominating as it was, echoing and shouldering out any other of the spirits that may have been around, pressing themselves through the veil before, is gone.
I look to the two of them. All right. It's over.
Well, the chill is over.
We can go now.
Well, we didn't get what we were coming here for.
Did we get a name? Did we get, who David, like,
No,
anything?
she was talking to somebody else who didn't know David, clearly.
I'm sorry, guys. I fucked up. I thought I knew more than I did, and
Oh, don't we all?
Okay, so what did you learn?
I learned that kindred, when they die, don't become wraiths. So there is no way for us to talk to our boy.
Oh, don't believe everything some weird spirit tells you either.
Wait,
I
you were
know
talking to a weird spirit? Yeah, who was
I don't
you
know what
talking
I
to?
was talking to. I don't know what I was talking to, but it was not a wraith. It was not a ghost. It was probably something worse. I
Worse.
need to do some research.
Oh, there's all kinds of things out there, Janet.
Well, a run to a library was not on the list of things to do tonight. And we're going to be
Oh,
late
I
if
love
we,
a good library run.
Did we
It
get
could've-
any good information, or was it just a
When I
walk around the cemetery?
I tried to summon Cade, and I summoned something else, and
It's not a kindred. It's not a ghost, a wraith. It's not.
it could have been a demon or something.
I'm sorry, a demon?
Possibly.
You summoned a demon? And
I
had
don't-
a conversation with it that didn't start and end with a prompt no thank you?
That is a hypothesis. I do not know if that is for certain. It requires more research, testing, and
what did it
experimentation.
You're concerned
want?
about
You kept
that after
talking
she was
about
talking about
dealing and wheeling and making it.
necromancy,
What did it want?
It didn't seem to want anything.
Oh, they always
that's
want
not
something.
true.
Oh, it didn't tell me what it wanted. It didn't tell me where it's from. It didn't tell me what it was. It
Oh,
talked
but
in
it did. It
riddles.
wanted to go into some tree.
What
Read
did it
between the
tell you?
lines.
Oh my gosh.
I
My
might
head
have-
is spinning
Okay,
right now.
everybody get in the car. We're gonna get milkshakes on the way.
Can you are welcome to make me an intelligence occult check if you want to see if you maybe
No.
have any idea
No.
of what this thing could have been.
No, I chose the mob, not demons.
You
Girl, I didn't grow up Catholic.
could re-roll 2 of those. You can also keep in mind, anytime you want to roll something, you can rouse it and add it at a 2d10.
I know. I always forget to rouse, and I'm like, good. Oh my
God,
fuck.
no. You want to add a rouse check and add 2 more d10 to that
Yes.
roll? Go ahead. Okay, you don't get hungrier.
See, I've been at hunger 1 this entire time. I should have been rouse checking. All right.
2 more d10. Another success.
Maggie
No.
got a
Yeah,
Two?
he got 2. 2 is not enough, unfortunately, for this thing, for this very specific thing that I've
cooked
got.
up.
Oh,
live
can I
today in front of
reroll
all of
So
us.
mad.
my willpower? Can I
use-
reroll
If you use, you can reroll 2 with willpower.
2? Okay.
1 more
All right, so
success.
3
Sir.
successes.
See, 3 is still not enough.
Ugh.
I am sorry.
Okay.
This is a very it's a very difficult. I'm
I had a
sorry,
crit
Tracy.
there, right?
I'm sorry, Tracy. No, you don't have a crit. You just
I
rolled
am a.
one
roll.
time.
I
It's like
just rolled
this.
one time.
Oh, Elspeth would. I feel like. No,
This would
Elspeth might
drive
not
her
know
to
it.
the
Yes,
books.
yes, it would.
Oh, it makes total sense that Elspeth doesn't know what this is because I don't think it's anything Tracy knows what it is.
By the way, Elspeth has apparently this is an advantage. To me, it seems like a flaw. Knowledge hungry, which
is-
I think Saito had this. That like when you become like hyper fixated on something.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, you regretfully put a bookmark in your studies. Oh no, wait. You always feared that you wouldn't have the time to learn everything you wanted to about what's truly important. At character
seems
creation.
Paste it into chat.
Yeah, at character creation, pick a topic. Okay, this is actually just more like I'm hyper fixating on topics.
Which would make sense for you to be like walk away from this and be like, I need to go read
I need to go read
books.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I need to go read.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, I get that you're excited, but I'm going to need everybody to get back to the car or we're going to be late. And I really don't want to end up with concrete shoes tonight. So,
All right, let's go.
That's in an advantages?
It's apparently an advantage.
You must get something from it. You must get a dot of something.
Or maybe this is a flaw. Is the one? Oh no, wait.
That is-
It's a
that
flaw.
reads like a
It's a
flaw.
flaw.
That
It's a
sounds
flaw.
like a flaw.
It says
Okay.
advantage at the top of demiplane, but you're right. It's got the little parentheses.
because they put them all under one category.
Yeah, the parentheses is a flaw. So
Gotcha,
yes,
gotcha.
this is a flaw.
Okay, because I was like, I have a bunch of advantages. Well, they're kind of disadvantages too, depending on how you look at it. But it makes it clear what the advantage is of it, and it has a dot in something, so you get things. Okay, I get Betty will put her hand on the grave that we were at, like Miss Eleanor, and she just whispers thank you, and then we'll follow the rest of them.
So you leave.
Poor Eleanor. Think of Eleanor had to like listen to this whole crazy thing that just went down.
So you make your way back to the car, and you're gonna head to one of the club you were given as a.
Yeah, whatever the location is.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up a Boston club right now for you. You go into the club called The Grand.
That sounds about right.
The Grand.
The Grand, out in the north side on Boston.
And since I'm probably picking up a body or hopefully a body or two while I'm here, if there's a pull around back, like if there's a family parking, I'm gonna family park it.
Oh, yeah, you park it in the back, absolutely, where you'll
A
be given a
club
body.
family parking at a club.
I said
mafia.
family, the mob
Okay,
family park.
okay. I was
family
like,
parking.
what?
Yeah.
Secured parking. As you step out of the car and make your way, it's a one-story, like it's in a row of buildings. It's like a one-story, just concrete building with some windows, a neon sign on the outside of it. Nothing special.
Yeah, it's a cover. It's a front.
Exactly. You open up the back door, and as the back door is open, there are two large guys carrying a body bag out of the back door that are hustling past you guys as you're stepping out.
Let me get that door for you, gentlemen, and I'll just kind of arm everybody back and open the door for them.
Yeah, and they
Are we
slide the
all
body
going
in.
with you?
That's up to you. Are not going to probably go in the room with the sons, but I'm sure you can come in the back hallway if you want.
I'll just stay in the car.
That's fine.
I'll stay in the car.
The two boys are going to be in the room already
I
waiting.
I pop the trunk so they can
the
toss
trunk,
it
yeah.
in the back.
Yeah. And you make your way on the inside. When you make your way in, the room itself, you're brought to a back office room, and it's literally some folding chairs, like a card table, a coffee pot that's sitting there plugged in that looks dirty and nobody's touched in forever. And if you were to be a human for a second and breathe in, it would just smell like old cigarettes. Like, it's just like your typical place. But sitting back there in this small room is yourself, both of your boys, and two other men. One of the men is younger and in his 20s, and he simply stands by the door when you step in. The other man is in his 60s, maybe late 50s. You know his name as Sally, and he was somebody that came up in the 80s of the mafia.
He's old school.
He's old school. This dude has seen bodies. Nothing shocks this guy when you walk in. He is an underboss. He's not like the top guy, but he's an underboss, like a capo who's higher up and deals with this stuff. So a transfer of family to working for the family is going to be, it needs somebody like this in the room. When you step in, he's just wearing a short sleeve button down white shirt with the first three buttons undone and a puff of chest hair that just sticks out like he's stuck in the 80s that he came from. And he's also wearing just khaki pants and some dress shoes. As you walk in, he gives you a nod, the door shuts, and he says, Miss Giannetti, good to see you. Been a hot minute.
It has been. It's good to see you too. You look very handsome tonight.
And he reaches out his hand just to shake yours.
Yep, of course. Is there a ring? Does he have a family ring? Because if so, I'm kissing.
Of course, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I'll kiss the family ring. If he's wearing,
and,
if he is head of family, he gets the knuckle kiss.
And he gestures over to your boys after you do that. And he's like, "Word in the street is family's gonna be working for a family for a while."
Well, I couldn't have asked for a better family to put him in.
We know they're gonna be well. He laughs and he goes, "We know they're gonna be well taken care of, and you made a personal assurance that they never talk back."
I can assure you of that, right, boys?
The boys just both nod in sync with each other without a word.
I imagine Janet pulls like out of the purse. She pulls maybe 2 small envelopes or something. It's got something bulky in it. And lays one in front of each of the boys. If there's a table and they're sitting, I'll have a seat with them. She probably looks very happy to see them.
The boys stand, but the underboss sits and invites you to sit.
Yeah, I'll sit, and I just sit down, boys.
Yeah, and the folding chair is kind of like, they're not the most comfortable thing, and as Sally sits in his, it just creaks a little bit. He's like, so, did you take the boys' tongues personally? Is that you?
Yes.
He nods.
They had a little bit of a talking back problem.
He very much is agreeable to it. He has no questions about
but
it. He says,
I can assure you, they will keep your secrets.
Good. I'll ensure I'll ensure that it remains that way. Now I'm told you got a bit of a situation going on.
Situation more like well, and I kind of look at the boys and I say, I promised your father that I would always take care of you. Even though you weren't my own, I treated you like my own. Multiple college educations, and I promised you had to serve me for 15 years. Tonight, I'm calling that service quits. Early. Your trust funds will be released from the bank tomorrow, and moving forward, you don't answer to me anymore. Consider that, which is a vial of her blood in each of the envelopes, right? Mm-hmm. Your parting gift from Mom. And I'll probably reach out and take their hands and I'll touch their faces like a mom does. I'm so proud of you both. And I know you're going to make the family and your father very proud. Oh. And she kind of goes into her like, and she says, but this also means that your mother is taking on some new jobs for the family as well. And it's not really safe for us to see each other anymore.
When you put your hands on their face, one doesn't flinch, but one, not like a flinch, but he always blinks a little bit.
There's that hesitancy.
Yep. And as we see Janet tear up and whatnot. Sally kind of cuts in. He's like, I'm breaking my heart over here, but let's just make sure we got the actual deal on the table before we agree and go our separate ways. Boys will be coming over and earning for the family. That's the offer here. In exchange for earning for the family will house them. We'll pay them like soldiers. And you walk away, as far as we're concerned, forever. You still work for the family. You may see your boys, but your boys work for us now. They answer to us. And for that, deal is made and you have your quarry up and running. Bodies being taken care of. In fact, I think you have your first one handed to you tonight out the back door, yeah?
Yep.
Good. This is a generous offer for the two boys, and I appreciate, and I am assured that they are hard workers, as you said many times. Is there anything else, or should I say, before he continues, is there anything else Janet would want to put on the table? Make any assurances of?
As you know, as part of the new business, you do have first dibs to anything you need for construction or your real estate needs. I have a large supply of concrete. She doesn't say laughing. She takes that very seriously. But I do mean it when I say I'm grateful. And I know you'll take care of them, but if you need something, especially for them, let me know.
And just to make sure we are clear, it goes both ways. The boys working for the family means they have family protection. Anything goes wrong between you and them, they have the family here to protect them. They are one of us now.
Good. I look at him very proud, right? Like, and she says, about a week and a half ago, I gave y'all something to look into. She's talking about the bullet.
Yep. The boy's close, the one that's closest to you, the one that didn't flinch. He actually just reaches into his jacket pocket and he pulls out just a white envelope with some papers in there. You can see him folded up and it's completely taped, sealed, nothing written on it, and he just hands it to you.
I slip it in the bag.
Yep.
That's a problem for another time. And I say, as much as I'd like to linger here, there is a body in the trunk and business to be.
You gave them 30 days worth of blood?
Yeah, I've given them what they would usually show up for because I know there will be a down period and they're going to have a withdrawal, right?
Oh yeah, and they're also going to age
And they're
very,
going to age,
very quickly.
which is fine because they're just going to age to what they should be, which is 30 years old or give or
just
take
the
some.
mafia might take note and they'll be like, "Oh shit."
You know,
But
it's a
you can
hard
also,
life.
I just didn't know if you wanted to set up, if there's something we wanted to talk about, setting up them a private blood flow from other kindred, not necessarily you, or if that's something, if you wanted to, because
Well, I
kicking the
can't really
ghoul
talk.
habit
I
is
can't
hard.
talk kindred politics in
No,
front of
not
them.
here, but we can, I don't know if it's something that Janet was even interested in doing.
I imagine there is a card with the in the envelope with the vial of blood that can
Okay.
further outline or discuss, like, if you're in need, you come to me or you reach out to me, but do not go to another kindred, right? Because she knows that
Okay.
that's oftentimes what happens to ghouls is they seek it elsewhere, and it can be very bad.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
they
so
have
that was the clarification
they
I
have
needed.
another, because they would have re-upped when she dropped the bullet off, so they've got another 4 weeks, give or take.
Yeah.
And 10 years at their age, yeah, they're gonna age some, but like
That's true.
going
That's
from,
fair.
because they would have been probably 18 or 19.
Yeah.
So that's what they're stuck at, and they're only going to be going to like just before 30. So hopefully it won't be too noticeable, which is another reason why she made it a 15-year cutoff,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And I think she'll get up and she'll go over and kiss the cheek of each boy.
Yep. And
Yeah.
we'd say both of them would hug you in return. Their hands go around you and seemingly sincerely do
And just
hug
like
you.
a good Italian mother, she says, "You will never go hungry. Call me if you need food. I love you very much, and I'm proud of the both of you. And you take care of each other."
They, they look at each other and nod, and I imagine Janet has like a tear in her eye that she's dabbing away.
That very quickly, because blood, right? She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no.
Yeah. And then at that point, Sally just says, "All right, well, sounds like a pretty clean transaction to me. All is said and done. Enjoy the rest of your night, Miss Janetti.
You too."
Boys, with me." And he just walks, and the boys silently follow.
Yeah, and as they leave the room, and I imagine Janet's left alone for a second, she has a full cry.
Yeah, we see her just like break down a bit. It's kind of quietly
Like
in the
nobody's
room.
watching.
Yeah, the door shuts, and that's when you just let her see her kind of let it go, and she's, still blood
fucking,
tears, but
she's raised these kids since they were like 6, 7 years old. They are her children by all standard.
yeah. No, you just came into the game with them already, having gone through the shit.
Through the shit, and even though it's probably a very toxic relationship, she does love
cut
them.
their tongues out.
She does love them, and she did take care of them.
It's like creepy.
Well, I love
Y'all haven't heard, you weren't there for the things they actually said and did.
No,
But that
I
being
was
said,
not.
she probably, and they're her ghouls, right? Like this is a literal representation of everything that Janet has had to give up to be able to sacrifice to get to this point.
Yeah.
And she's for the first time ever without a ghoul. She doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't have one, and so.
Ooh, time to get some new ghouls.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you take some time. Janet spends a couple minutes to herself, letting the feelings flow, and then she gathers herself before walking back out to the car where Betty and Elspeth are waiting. Was there any conversation between Betty and Elspeth while they were alone
With
in
the
the
dead
car?
body in the trunk?
And there's a dead body in the trunk that's sitting
I
in the car
mean,
with you
Betty
now?
has some things she could say to Elspeth. I don't know if Elspeth would have anything that she would want to talk about.
No, Elspeth is probably just quiet and writing in her journal.
Oh, what are you writing in there?
I'm writing about this encounter that I just had.
Do you write about all your encounters?
Generally, yes. That doesn't.
What kind of things do you like to write about in there?
You asking so much about my personal journal. I take notes. I'm a researcher. Everything that I've learned and studied is in this note, is in here. That does not give you permission to steal it.
No, I don't need permission. Nor do I need to steal anything.
If you have questions, I'm happy to answer.
Same on my front, same on mine. Are you worried that I'm going to steal your book?
You're asking questions about it, and I just told you what's in it, and you seemed very intrigued. So, yes, maybe I am a little concerned. It's a good thing we're
All
getting
right.
padlocks on our containers, our
Oh,
storage
like
containers.
that will keep me out.
Our passcodes, our personal codes. I
It
don't
is a
think you're gonna.
digital. I did
Yeah,
make
it's a
it
digital
digital, so it
beep
can't be
beep beep
picked.
beep beep. A 6-digit number. Good luck guessing as many 6-digit numbers as you can, Betty.
Oh, tell that to Leon.
I will. If you break in, I will.
He's the one who made it. He could totally break into it if he
It's
wanted.
true.
Yeah, no, Leon is your one security weakness, actually, because he's the one that knows it all.
And Betty is like his bestie. Not that I'm gonna steal your notebook, but I love that.
I love of all the things in the
Elizabeth is
quarry
like,
to
my
steal
notebook.
is the notebook, a diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, my journal.
Well, for Elspeth, that's
it just
important for
it
him.
just says Roman with hearts as an O
Yeah,
all through it.
I write about all of my things, my personal things in
E
here.
plus R.
Well, if you don't want to talk about what's in your little notebook of yours, I did have some thoughts on your problem.
What are your thoughts?
Well, which problem do you need assistance with?
I have more than one problem.
As far as I'm aware, you have many.
I'm curious your thoughts on the strange encounter we just had.
Oh, that's intriguing.
That
I'm
wasn't.
curious what it is. I couldn't quite put a finger on it. You said it's not a wraith, though.
No,
And
I
I
don't.
did ponder myself a little bit, maybe too hard.
I almost fell right for his tricks. He,
Oh, they're tricky.
I, I was being a little too naive, and he was acting strange. He was talking in the third person. I should have picked up immediately that that was strange, but I was like, oh, maybe this is just
Did he
like
sound like a Bruja?
our gangrel. No, I mean,
Okay,
I don't know
yeah.
what gangrels really, if they have a particular way that
Oh,
they
you need to
sound.
hang out with them. They very much do.
Well, he
Oh, come
didn't.
with me sometime. You can watch them punch each other. It is quite entertaining. They're not wearing much while they're doing it sometimes.
Well, he was being very cagey, and eventually, as I was picking up that it wasn't actually our gangrel friend, then he mentioned something that he what he was something the Hekata don't really speak of anymore, or something.
I heard
I
you make a note of something of that sort.
Yes, and I'm trying to wrap my. I've done so much studying on my clan and understanding who we are and our history, and I feel like I know as much as I can. I don't I don't know what he could have been referring to.
Well, something for you to look into, I suppose.
Yes.
Are you planning to meet with them again?
He didn't seem interested,
Oh,
but
they're always interested.
I will try again.
That could be dangerous. I don't think Janet would approve.
But the next time I'll be more equipped.
In what way?
Well, I know he's not a wraith. Oh. I was going to try to compel him.
Can you
Um,
do that?
there is a way to command spirits.
Are you able to do such a thing?
I can learn how to do it,
Oh, so
but
you don't know how to do it yet.
I don't know how to do it yet. And he technically is not a spirit, so it might not work.
Interesting.
But I'm going to try to compel him maybe to an object and keep him in there and keep
Oh,
him
I
as
like this.
my little pet.
Like a genie of some sort. You know that they'll be
Yes.
very angry if they're in some kind of object.
Well, he that's his problem for when it happens. Yes.
Mm,
He will be like my little Jin.
interesting, interesting.
I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. The only way you can learn is by hypothesis and experimentation. What's the scientific method? You know,
Question.
Yeah.
Discovery.
yes, yes. The only way to learn is by the scientific method, and that is what I'm going to try.
Applying the scientific method to magical spirits is a phenomenal analogy.
Well, there's lots that can
Chat
go
says
wrong
there are
with.
no flaws in this plan.
Yeah, there's a lot that can go wrong in that, but you are young. You can perhaps maybe survive it, and if you don't, well, it'll be something that others can tell a story about, maybe.
If NASA can send 4 people around the moon, okay, and come back and re-enter faster, like 4 times the speed of sound, with the temperature that's half the temperature of the sun, okay,
And still not
I
know anything about Oblivion, the vampires, the
I
kindred. Well, I think that sure, they've done a lot of great things, but there's still stuff right underneath their nose that they're unaware of.
Love
Or are they
Betty.
not? I don't know. Your little friend, Beryl Underwood, might know as part of the FBI.
You think Beryl might know something about this?
Not about your creature, but
Hmm.
I think he knows something about much, though.
I think so as well.
I think someone's sending some kind of message to me. I don't know what the message is, other than they want me to be scared.
Are you are you going to look more into this stuff?
Which thing?
The Beryl stuff.
Oh, I have been, dear. I have been.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Because I do think something is up with him, and I'm curious to know what was in that box.
Oh, now Leon and I, you all want to know what's in it? Why did you push so hard for me and Leon to not look in the box to begin with? We would have known immediately.
Um, well, first, Janet, I think, was the one that was pushing for that the most. And second,
Oh, so you're saying you were with us, but you didn't speak up.
I didn't
Even
want to get in
worse.
trouble. I am
In
also
trouble with
afraid
who, Janet?
the Camarilla.
I see. We could have had Janet, like, wipe our memories or something.
Can't do it.
I know.
Just bring out all the powers.
She's joking.
I know I have a lot in my head right now. Betty, just I need to have a think.
Oh, I understand. I understand. We all have lots in our heads. But perhaps I can help you with a different problem. It's interesting that that's the problem you have at the
What
top of your head.
what problem are you thinking of?
Well, I thought it would be more at the top of your head than that one, but perhaps I'm wrong about what you care most about.
What do you think is my most pressing problem?
Well, I thought maybe your family might be.
My family is, yes, is definitely at the top. It's in the top 3 for sure.
Well, mortals don't get to play the same game as us. They don't even know that they're on the board.
Yes. I'm worried about that with all the stuff we're doing and my grandmother. You have a you have an option? You have thoughts on this?
Oh, there's many options, dear, but none of them are clean.
Well, I don't like the dying option because I think that would cause a lot of trauma for my grandmother in her final years. So I'd rather not do that. Do you have any other options?
Well, then the option of distance is probably not a good one either. It's almost like dying.
It's true. I already don't see her enough, and I feel bad about it.
Well, if you keep her far away from anything with fangs, titles, opinions, that
I
type
w
of thing.
I would like to maybe move her out of town, but it would be really hard to convince her. She's old and she is happy where she is. Why would she want to move?
Oh,
I
you see,
mm,
proximity without protection doesn't matter. So you don't really have an option of proximity. It's the protection part,
Yeah.
which Janet did bring up, but it can be costly.
Yeah. Hiring somebody to keep watch on her.
Neighbors, ongoers.
I can't afford that.
Well, the other option, ghouls.
Yeah. I actually I have a retainer that I never use. I'm like, I don't even know what my retainer is. The retainer I think is probably the Nightshade Bloom because I have a dot in that. Yes, that's actually a good point.
We could change it from that to something else, too.
The retainer is different than your ghoul. The retainer is who you
Yes.
feed from. The ghoul is who
Yeah.
works
Oh,
for you.
retainers who I feed. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Retainers who I feed from. So I don't. Yeah. I could try to find some help. Yes, I could go that route.
Well,
But
and
we're
it appears our
technically
friend Janet also might be in need of some new ghouls.
we're technically
Perhaps
not
she would
allowed.
offer you her assistance, but then you'd be using someone else's resource and relying on them.
We're not allowed to get new ghouls without permission, I think,
And that's why I offered the fourth option.
which is
Janet.
Uh.
She is going to be in need of some kind of ghouls. And although she has a hard exterior, there's something soft in there with her. And she, of
Okay.
all of us, understands what you're going through, worrying about your family.
I could ask her for help. See.
There is a fifth option.
You keep coming up and bringing more
Oh,
numbers.
I'm just giving you more options.
Okay,
Yeah,
what's
pondering all the things that could possibly happen. Perhaps I need a notebook.
It does help compile thoughts, but what's your fifth option?
No, I don't think anyone wants to know what's in my head. Well, it would be bringing her closer to the truth. Not the whole truth. Never the whole truth, but enough so she knows something's wrong.
How would that help her? She's just a frail old woman for all intents and purposes. If I tell her anything, how?
Oh, don't underestimate us frail old women.
Hey, sorry, no offense, Betty. That's no, I don't underestimate you, but I don't know how it might help a little bit, but I don't think it fully solves the problem.
I didn't say it was the best option of them all. In fact, it's probably the most dangerous of them all.
Yeah, because if anybody finds out, she'll be killed.
But listen to me, Elspeth. Whatever you pick, well, you don't half-ass it. Half measures get mortals killed. I mean, it does happen, though. Right? They all die eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe on that beat is when Janet opens the door. She returns.
I probably get in complete silence. I pull an envelope out of my purse. I pass it back seat to Betty.
Betty, if you hand me an envelope, I will put both my hands over your hand and like hold it gently because I know what you just did. And I think Betty understands and then takes the envelope.
I would like to go home now and eat that dead body's spleen.
And the
I'd like to
engine
watch
roars-
that.
The engine roars up,
And
the
I
car
imagine
drives off.
Janet is silent the whole drive back.
I
to
think
the
this
quarry.
whole ride back is
I've
silent.
been in a few
probably.
silent Janet car rides. When I know something's
we're
up.
getting used to it. Starting to
Yeah.
become used to silent Janet car rides.
Yeah.
Does Betty open the envelope and see what's in there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like Christmas.
As you open the envelope, you see there's about 2 or 3 pieces of paper in there, all folded, tri-folded into each other. And as you pull it out, on the very top of the first one, in written pen, it says, "Burn after reading." When you open
Okay.
it up, the shell casing obviously is in there, right? Like you would have wanted that back, I imagine, Janet. You would have wanted that back.
Yeah,
So
if
the
it
shell
came back,
casing
that's
would have
fine.
fallen out on the paper, the one that was being looked into. And the first piece of paper actually has a photocopy of something. You see, it's a photocopy of a production schedule for some sort of warehouse. You see some things written on the margins of the lines and whatnot. And you see it's like a printout schedule of a production warehouse for about 2 years later. Then on the next page, you actually see a close-up of a bullet casing. That's not the bullet casing that you gave, but a bullet casing, and it has handwritten notes pointing to like numbers on the bottom that show usually, and it'll have it labeled like year of production, like serial number of the warehouse or whatever. That's like printed at the bottom of the bullet itself. Under that picture would be very clearly a picture of the bullet casing that you gave them. And every time there's a picture where there's supposed to be the serial number, it looks like the photo fucks up. It looks like the numbers are glitched, or they kind of like don't get fully in focus. You can never get a clear shot, and there's a bunch of question marks and circles around that. You can, however, physically hold the bullet and like look at it, and you see the serial numbers, which leads to the third page, which is actually the production schedule for a very specific warehouse that produces the caliber and the type of bullet you're holding right now, with the realization that the bullet you're holding isn't due to be produced for 18 months from now.
Huh?
Interesting. This is something I definitely want to probably bring Leon in on. I think that Betty and probably some other people.
Would probably the correct answer.
Yeah, Betty will this is Betty's version of Elspeth's intrigue on ghosts. She will take this and she knows, she kind of looks into the, the rear view mirror. Oh, actually, can we see each other in the rear view mirrors? I don't know. Everybody says that sometimes you can't see each other in the mirrors because we're vampires. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Oh, no, not unless you're La
Only
Sombra.
La Sombra.
Okay, La Sombra. Yeah.
You
So
can
I
see each other.
think Betty just looks into the mirror at Janet and just gives her like a little wink and a little creepy Betty grin, like, I got you. I'll look into this.
The thing to know is like bullets aren't individually labeled. They're labeled as to what batch they are a part of when they are manufactured. So you're getting like a batch number that is scheduled to be produced, which is what the first schedule was. It's like 18 months out.
I'll make a note of that.
There's a wink given to Janet, but the car ride is a silent Janet car ride all the way until you get back to the quarry, where Janet, I imagine with some help, pulls the body out of the back, takes it to a prep, and at least gives herself a little bit of food so she can operate a little bit more stably for the rest of the evening. You're welcome to take a point or two of hunger. How much do you want to sate right now, Janet?
Well, I'm at 3, so I probably, what did we say we get off of? Like a full body has X amount of blood, 4 dots, right?
Yeah,
to
I think
kill
it's 4
it.
dots,
So
yep.
I'll go ahead and take 2, and then I'll have 2.
So you're finally feeling better, and do you come together to hand off give the bullet information now, or I imagine Janet would approach and be like, "What the hell was in the envelope?"
Yeah. Well, what did it say?
Oh, you didn't read it yet.
No,
I thought
I
you were
got
giving
that
it to
for
me.
you.
Well, appears there's some weirdness going on here, you see. And she'll pull out the paperwork and show you.
I'll look it over. Does it look legit? Does it look fake?
As you look it over, you're welcome to make me a roll if you want.
Yeah, I'll make a roll, sure. What?
And Janet, you can make me one.
I
too.
am good at seeing forgery things. I feel like that is my
100%.
my
Kind of
con.
intelligent streetwise?
Yeah, intelligence streetwise is fine. Even like a wit's insight would probably work.
I'll
or
be better off with
intelligence insight.
streetwise.
Insight.
I got a 2.
Yeah, I'll take that.
What about wit's subterfuge? That makes sense.
To pick up if it's a forgery, yeah, I could absolutely
Okay.
accept that. A wit's subterfuge, which is your specialty in forgery.
Uh,
Dot, for your role, they seem legit. It looks photocopied, and you know your
Okay.
boys as their
Yeah,
work is
they're not
pretty
gonna.
legit.
Yeah. Okay, so
3.
I'll kind
Yeah,
of
same
like.
thing with you. It doesn't reek of forgery, Maggie.
Okay.
For Betty, it doesn't look like a forgery.
It seemed legit, but there's some weirdness about it, obviously.
The papers are handed over to you, and you also see it written on the front, burn after reading, and
Right,
then the
and
photos
it
the
shows that
schedule.
it's for a
if
gun
only
that
we
hasn't.
had Ava here to take a picture. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
from a batch of bullets that hasn't been. It's not, the bullets aren't made for the gun. The bullets themselves are made in batches, and it's a batch of bullets that hasn't been produced. It's scheduled to be produced in 18 months.
So the weird part here is that this bullet shouldn't exist.
So what traveled through time?
There's something like that. Well, you do know there is some sense of time magic, as one might say.
That's so weird.
It's not that weird.
Well, I was hoping to help you figure out who shot Mutt, but unless you know a time traveler,
Oh dear.
Well, I think that there's some interesting things that we can do with this.
And as you say that,
I have a feeling we might need to talk to Liz.
your conversation is briefly cut off by the sound of a rumbling motorcycle.
Oh.
As the motorcycle gets closer, obviously you recognize it as Roman's. And as you look over to the gate, you see Roman stepping off of his motorcycle, but you also see somebody else stepping off with him.
Oh.
He walks up to the gate and looks through to see whoever he sees, Janet, Betty, Elspeth, and he looks with an earnest look. I could use your help. And as he steps forward, there's a younger looking girl, maybe in her late teens, early 20s,
Okay.
who looks extremely nervous. And as she reaches forward and puts her hand on the gate, you would see tattooed into her palm a quarter moon.
Oh.
3 of them.
Oh.
Something you haven't seen in a long time as players from a storyline that was cut off in SOS. Thin Blood Railroad.
Thin Bloods.
And when he says, I could use your help, we cut to black. And we'll pick up next time.
Oh boy. Oh, I gotta help.
I gotta help.
I think Betty just
No.
takes her cart and heads on out of there.
Yeah, Betty's
He's
like,
like,
"No,
well, I'll be seeing ya. I'll help.
And on that, we wrap up today's episode. Thank you all so much for being here. We're off to go do a little after show over at patreon.com/podbynight. We will see you guys next time. We appreciate you. We love you.
I think I'm going to drop Janet's letter to her sons in the Discord. So let me give you a good
Yeah.
excuse to go over there, everybody,
Do
if
it.
you're not
They
already.
put it on Patreon too.
Yeah, I can do that. Well, here it is. It's too many screens, everybody. Here's our Discord. Pop on over, check it out, and we will see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody.